Peace YouTube. This is FleurBrun coming to you today with a new topic of the session. Check on in. Hey everyone. Happy fasting. So check on in. I think the last time I spoke to you was the third day. Now it's the fifth day of the fast. There's only 25 days left of our Aquaterra fast. So check on in. It's a beautiful Friday, Venus Day. This is a love day. I hope everyone's enjoying their love day. Check on in. So we're going to talk about the handlers, the sociopaths, and all the narcissists losing their grip. Let me take a sip for the haters. Unfortunately, they don't like when I drink healthy things like tea. I'm drinking like herbs, a mist of like a herbal pack. So the haters don't like when I get healthy. they they want to have something to talk about. Let me take a sip for the haters. Mm-mm. Herbs and seaweed and greens. God forbid. You like my cup? I love this cup. You know, I got this cup at Marshall's. Was that at Marshall's? I got this at Marshall's. It has a cute little top too. It's, you know, because I stay away from any metals. I do zero metals, and I only do like pottery. Like pottery, and it's cute. It has a little top. I got it for like, no lie, like $6. Look at that. It's cute. It has a little top. I like it. It's really nice. It makes me happy when I drink from this cup. I'm doing herbs. I think this is the fifth. You know, this is the best fast. Let me, before I go into the, you know, because they'll say I'm not on topic. This is the best fast in the whole wide world. I am so happy on this fast. I think this is just a better life. After I get over the coffee withdrawal, I feel amazing on this fast. So big up to everyone who's joined me for the Aqua Terra fast. This fast makes me feel like this is the age of Aquarius. I'm feeling amazing. Hey, Carlos. Hey, Susu. Yeah, you saw, you saw my thumbnail. You know, FleurBrun has a sense of humor. One thing you will say, I have got a crazy sense of humor. Hey, Lynn. Lindsay. Hey, Lovesy. Hey, Terry. I love this fast. You know why I love this fast? Before I get into the topic, I'll wait until a few people check in. Check in first, and I'll get into the thing. I love this fast because I can basically enjoy. More of a fruitarian. Now, we've talked about this before. People always say, "FleurBrun, what do you eat?" You're an advocate of nothing, everything and nothing at the same time. It's true. Over the last few years, you've known me. I come from over 20 years in a vegan vegetarian. I say vegan vegetarian because I've always influxed. You know, I'll go this way and I'll go that way. And then when I was pregnant, I had to do a little fish and little a pêche in my poisson in my diet a little bit. My first one, I did have meat because I craved it. I think I told you I craved like kielbasa during my first pregnancy. You guys remember that? Remember when I was craving kielbasa. I don't even know what that was about. Beef, kielbasa every day for like 6 months. It was the craziest thing. Oh, thank you, Taran. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. That's the first pregnancy. Second one, I told you my second pregnancy was more like, she was definitely more vegan based. I don't even remember having anything but maybe fish because I was forced to. And you know, doctors will tell you a lot of times to stay away from too many fish. So but I'm more of a fruitarian by nature. Fish, I always, because I'm Caribbean, I always accept when people have more fish in their diet, more so than land meat. Yeah, you were pregnant over the summer and you want a barbecue food. Yeah, pregnancy, you crave things that you require. Hey, Jennifer, you crave things that you require. So it's weird because it's just like, one thing I learned when I'm pregnant is to accept the things, healthier versions of whatever I'm craving, because it means it's something I'm requiring. So, you know, but I'm more of a fruitarian by nature, but because I come from Caribbean people and island people, I do like seeing people if they engage in flesh. I'm more so, hey, love, hey, Terry. Oh, thank you, Terry. It's the threes. Pick up to the threes in the house. I do accept when I see them eat fish more than land animals. All the land animals are infected now. You already heard about the mad cow, I'm grateful because the animals need help. They've been overconsumed. You've had colonistic entities, reptilian type of entities that have been over consuming. You got androids over in Chinois neck of the woods eating everything under the sun, over the sun. So I'm actually grateful that the animals have some reprieve. People will be so frightened to eat any animals that they'll stop eating and maybe they'll be a little healthier. I'm just, the deers were getting over hunted because people have a bloodthirsty craving. We're going to get into the agents and the sociopaths because a lot of these sociopathic people, they have a craving to kill because they are genetically homogenized and they come from savages. What's so funny? People will call the indigenous savages, all the indigenous savages, for hunting to eat and then utilizing all of the animal and respecting it. But the same people who call the indigenous savages are the same ones who go hunting and go to a taxidermy and put the animals on their walls as trophies or just kill for sport. It's just really disgusting. Okay, said she had peanut butter and jelly on your pregnancy. You had a craving for that? That's interesting. The peanut butter, you probably crave that peanut butter. It's like you crave the weirdest things when you're pregnant. It's the strangest thing. When I'm pregnant, So, Big Up Time went on a fast. This fast is the best fast in the whole wide world right now. This is my 5th day of my fast. Yes, yes, thank you, Li. Put a handy dandy like in the video as you step in the room. That, like I said, I'm a happier person on this fast. I'm calm. I was calm for the first couple of days, I think because I was detoxing off of coffee, as many of you know. I was detoxing off of coffee, so it was a little different. But let's get into the conversation about the narcissist, the sociopaths, and handlers losing their grip. It is happening as we speak. Most handlers are losing their assignments. This is where I say, my gosh, we are living unmasterful times on this planet, family. This is probably the best. This is the best part about pre-pole shift. Seeing everybody jump ship. You're seeing all the narcissists and handlers jumping ship. Hold on. I can get you from a different angle. Okay, there we go. They're all jumping ship, family. They can't be here anymore. So they're all jumping ship. So I'm seeing narcissists leaving their families, abusive men just getting sick or leaving their wives. And I always tell the wives, be great. You drinking your coffee right now? Big up to you. You should take a drink for the haters. I can't because they don't like when I'm healthy. They only like when I'm unhealthy. They get mad when I'm actually doing the right thing. It pisses them off more. Hold on. Yeah, a lot of narcissists and handlers are jumping ship, family. This is the best part of the pole shift. I'm really excited to watch it. They're jumping out of windows. I wish I could play my song. I'm in the car. I like to play that music for you. They're climbing in your windows, snatching your people up. But they're actually jumping out of your windows. So, we have a handler alert. The handlers are leaving. They're not leaving the planet, unfortunately. They probably will eventually because, like I told you, Becky Bott and all her cronies, they won't be able to survive. These are materialistic. People who are highly materialistic, they will have a miserable time. This is where all the people who are living righteous, all of those who are very meek, all of those who had integrity in their actions, their words, and their deeds, these are the people who will thrive. And I say this all to say is this is our time. And I haven't always been now let me put a PS is it a PSA? PSA? Public service announcement? Okay, PSA. I've always been a really sweet young lady. I will say that because I came from really sweet people. I could be a spitfire. Let me say this before. I can be a spitfire. And what I was humbled from young that I got is that the times that I would be so egregious with some of my behavior, I paid dearly, karmically, every single time. So let's say because I'm real feisty with men, big up to all the sun stars who deal with me, including my mate. I love you, boo-boo. I'm really feisty with men, more so than women. I'm feisty with my girlfriends, but I'm really feisty with males. And I always found that if I was egregious or just rude or outrageous and I wasn't always that way. It was like sometimes it was insecurity or I wasn't liking myself. When people, hurt people. So whenever I wasn't feeling good about myself, that's why I tell you all the time, family, I've been there, done that. I've been in that world where I was a young girl, just feisty, sometimes not thinking about another person's feelings. And I would do something, some one or a couple things, and it would just smack me in my face. It would come right back to me. My karma comes hot. Some people get their karma coming warm or cool. Oh no, FleurBrun will get her karma. So anything I did nasty will come right back in my face, smack me in my face. If I talk about people being chunky, I would turn into a chunky person. If I talked about somebody losing something, I would lose it. So I always gratefully had the swift reaction of karma coming right back for me, and it really humbled me. That's why a lot of times when you come to me, this is a more seasoned FleurBrun. Many of you who knew me, there's a lot of people who knew me, and that's why I say I haven't shapeshifted who I am. The people on here, people have known me since a child. That's what makes it very unique. I haven't changed. I'm pretty much the same person as I was as a young girl. So a lot of people on the feed, which many of you know, have been my girlfriends from when I was a little girl. They've known me from little to a grown woman, and they've seen the way I've been over the years. And, I've had to check myself before I wreck myself. And I was humbled with life experiences, having a marriage that failed, because of my own insecurity and picking somebody that was dastardly to me, because that's how I felt about myself. So we talked about that. And I was dealing with somebody who I call a Nazi, who was a super duper narcissist. The best way that you can learn your lesson, I love the yogis talk about this. When you ever hear the yogis talk about this. Some of the yogi masters, I forgot his name. I listened to him for years. He's like a major guru on YouTube. He said the best way karmically you learn your lessons is by being in a bad relationship. The best way that you can relieve yourself of karmic debt is being in a bad marriage. Gosh. Oh, hands up. Why is because you just get humbled. You get humbled and you get perpetual reflections of yourself. And whatever we aren't allowing ourselves to see, we will get it smacked in our face. As it said guru, it might be. I don't know who it is. He's amazing. Young guy, he was a young guru. He wears orange, young. He looks very feminine. Like, that must be it. You guys must know him. He looks like feminine and masculine together. Muji's another being. I think he's from another dimension. Muji's amazing. Muji's like, I can't even listen to Muji sometimes because he's so far in another dimension that sometimes I feel bad about myself. You ever listen to Muji? He makes me feel, no, I'm serious, family. I keep it real. He does. He's so 11th dimension and above being that when I listen to Muji, sometimes I'm like, I'm not even there. I don't even there. Okay, so we'll talk about the narcissists, the agents that are jumping ship right now. All the sociopaths are jumping ship. If you see my thumbnail, they're running away. And be grateful. Like, I had a kiki the other day with a young lady, and she was crying. And big up to her. She reminds me of myself. And I think sometimes I love when the universe brings someone into your midst who is a reflection of the version of yourself that's unevolved, to see that. She was crying. She was upset because her mate is a typical, most of us who are seasoned, he's an atypical narcissist, sociopath. Abuses her mentally. Because a lot of times when you get with these sociopaths that are controlling, that are insecure about themselves, they perpetually tell you everything that's wrong with you. Calling her names, making her feel incompetent, humiliating her in front of her children and her family, talking behind her back. This is her mate. And many of us have dealt with it. See, this is one thing on this platform. We don't play games with that. Many of us have come from marriages, relationships, or some are still in it with beings that are highly abusive. Calling her name. She's young. What is she, 26? He goes to her family members behind her back and says what she does wrong, discloses some of her personal business to her colleagues. This is an atypical narcissist, sociopath, who abuses her. So she was crying to me the other day. She said I could share this. She was crying to me and saying, it really hurt her that he left with a girl from his job. Go figure. Because a narcissist, you can't fill them anymore because they destroyed you totally, they're going to look for another feed. That's what narcissists do. Sociopaths are always looking for someone to feed off of. So after they've broken you down to the point where they can't feed off your energy anymore because you don't have any more to give them, they're going to jump on another They're going to jump on another ship to another feed to break down another female, probably another young female. The girl is younger than her. Okay, so she's young. And the man, of course, is older because atypical narcissists and sociopaths, they tend to be older men like to get with young women so they can perpetually utilize the fact that they're so green and they don't have enough wisdom. So they like to have naivety, under them. So, so basically she was talking about he left with his coworker, or she works at his job, I don't know what she is, and she was crying. She was like, what am I going to do? I said, okay, so he left. What's going on at the house? How do you feel? She's like, I just feel sad he isn't there. I said, but what's different? What feels okay? Do you feel safe? Do you feel good at the house? She said, yeah. I said, do you have to do anything for him, like cook for somebody who's mistreating you? Because that's generally what happens as a wife. You have to cook for a mean person because maybe he's the breadwinner. So I said, do you have to cook for him every night? She was like, no. I said, do you have to take him coming home and abusing you anymore? Is he coming home anymore and abusing you? No. Okay. So what's bad? You basically you just released dead weight. You basically got rid of somebody who was vamping you and abusing you, and now you're in a household free and clear from somebody who isn't of a light frequency. I said, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? She's like, sad because he isn't there. Are you sad because he isn't there? Are you sad because of the illusion that you had about this being? She said, maybe the illusion. I said, has it been good for a long time? Nah. It's been that way since the beginning. So I said, I want you to see from a different angle. Instead of seeing what you lost, I want you to see what you gained. What did you gain from this? I sleep better. Okay, so you're sleeping better. Are the babies happier in the house? Yeah, they like when I'm home with them because I'm not always feeling sad. They aren't seeing me crying. They see my, they just see it a little differently because they don't see, they don't feel that energy. So they're smiling and laughing more. Ding, ding, ding. The narcissist has jumped ship. Thank goodness. And I told her, be grateful for this. I always told you, sea stars and sun stars, when a narcissist jumps ship from you, you need to lock the doors, sand the doors, put red brick, sage the house, put shields on, have a celebration party, invite your girlfriends over, have some ice cream, party like it was 1999. That's what I tell you every time. Every time a narcissist jumps ship, we should all have a celebration. He did you a favor, my love. He did you a favor. He was a monster, and you are a sweet, kind-hearted, loving soul. I am grateful for you to contact me to remind me of what I had gained. I said, do you want to see your future? She said, yeah. I said, well, I'm not a psychic, but I can tell you your future. I can give you a little bit of your future. You want to know your future? She said, yeah. So I take her and walk her around my house. I won't do this with people online, but I'll do this with other people. I introduce her to my daughters. I walk around my house. I show her what's in my fridge. I show her what's going on in my home. I said, this is your future. I'm your future. And when my mate came in the house, I showed her that the first thing he does when he comes is he kisses me and he greets my little ones. Okay? That's your future, my love. I was you. You were me. Okay? It was hard. It was difficult. There was a lot of tears, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, a lot of blaming, victimizing, going through that. But at the end of the day, there was a rainbow. And at the end of that rainbow, there was gold. And that gold was my family and my peace of mind, my love. An agent jumped ship, that narcissist, and he went to someone who matched his frequency. You weren't in matching. That's why he couldn't tolerate you. That's why he was trying to break you down, because he was trying to make you into him. He couldn't make you into him because he was too dark. Even breaking you down, he wasn't able to get you to even his point. So he had to find another lower vibrational being that matched him. Thank the thoughterism that took him off your hands. Thank her in a letter. Thank him for leaving you and leaving you with gems with yourself so that you can be there for your babies. I had to show her that. A lot of times when you see things happen, you see it as negative because you feel like you lost something, but you really have to go a little further and go closer. I've been there, done that. That's why I say to you all the time, as I gained wisdom through hurt and pain, which I wish most of you didn't have to learn. I wish I didn't have to learn through pain. I would have preferred to learn my lesson, but we don't learn on this planet, unfortunately, through that kind of pain, through those lessons just by choosing them. Most of the time, we learn by adversity or by discomfort. Okay? So she wrote a letter thanking the narcissist. We went through this whole wonderful thing during the Kiki session. Big up to her. She's such a beautiful, oh my God. Listen, sun stars, when she gets, because she has to clear herself, but let me tell you, this is a diamond. She is a diamond. Absolutely breathtaking. Everything about her is beautiful. Her soul, her zest, her love, her compassion. She is that. There isn't any narcissist who could be comfortable in that energy. There couldn't be any sociopath who could ever be in that light and not feel like they were demons. They would always, their spot would always be blown as demons because she illuminated so high, even at her lowest point, that a demon around her would always, his spot would always be blown. He had to jump ship. He had to go to a thoughterism. That's why I say, let me give a thanks to all the thoughterisms. Let me give my PSA to the thoughterisms. Big up to all the thotteries. Let me take my sip for you. Hold on. I got to take a sip for you, thoughts. You don't know what you do for us. Wait, hold on. This is a sip for the thotterisms. Thotteries, thoughtbots. Cheers to you. Salud. Salud to the thotterists. You're doing such a magnificent job. You know what? I'm really grateful for IG. IG, you're doing a phenomenal job by putting all these thought bots, trans beings, trans species, all on. You're catching the narcissists and the sociopath. You're catching them. This is the best lore. Anybody fishing here? You have the best. They have the best lore. Transformers. Y'all got. Let me explain that. Y'all have the best lore. You catching all of our narcissists. I'm so grateful. Makeup of mass destruction. All those makeup tutorials have benefited us. Listen, sea stars, I tell you all the time, plenty of fish. You catching them. Thoughtbots, we are so grateful for you. Your makeup of mass destruction, your transformative looks that aren't real, they are catching all of the low field Decepticons. Y'all got some terrors. Hold on. Decepticons. Oh my goodness, you catching them. Let me explain something, sea stars. When a narcissist leaves your life, it is a badge of honor. That means something about you got it right. Now, the only time it isn't a badge is if you're yourself as a super narcissist. Usually narcissists can't deal with other narcissists either. But you wouldn't have been with them for a while. Narcissists generally like to feed. So they'll get off of people who emit a lot of light. Remember, narcissists are not just males. Let me put this out there. Narcissists are not just males, family. They are also females. There's a lot of female narcs in the realm. I have narcissist moments. I think I do. I have narcissist moments, but you know what checks my narcissistic moments? My children. You know what is a remedy for narcissism? Your children. My mother. They kind of check those. Yeah, your mom. Whenever I have a narc moment, and I don't even know it sometimes, it may come out of the blue. You ever have those narc moments? Yeah. My mom will check it because she knows me. My girlfriends they'll check it. I don't do it often, but there are moments because I was with the narcissist so long, so you get infected. When you're with a narcissist, and I know, no, when you're with a narc or a sociopath, you may pick up some of their behaviors. You got to shed that. Okay, because narcissism will make you react narcissistically. So sometimes you pick up those dirty habits. You got to kind of clean them off, meditate it out, purge it, make sure you fast it out. You know what I mean? But the little ones will check you. When I have a moment, they'll be like, the little ones will be like, you ever have your little ones? My little ones will be like, Mommy, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Um, so it's rare. I have moments though. I love the children humble you. That's what I'm saying. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood when you get little ones that are actually enlightened, when they can check you before you wreck yourself. Many narcs have killed themselves, or wait, hold on. Many men have killed themselves or died because of narcissistic. Yeah, women. When women are now are narcissistic women, they're more savage. That's why. Do you ever hear about the prison system? More people say the female prison system is worse than males. Is that true? I've heard that several times. I've heard that the women's prison system is worse than males. You ever heard that? Because women, at their best, listen, or at their lowest, can be the most insidious beings. Or the way our minds were calculated. That's why thought bots work, because they're women. Thought bots work well because thotteries will put on a lot of makeup. They know how to catch men, and they listen to what men say. See, let me school you, sun stars. This is how thought bots work. They will listen to what you say to a detail, and they will do everything that you say that your girlfriend or your wife doesn't do, and they'll make sure they do it better. Okay? It doesn't mean they do that all the time. They will make sure that they're competitive. They're highly competitive, and they will make sure that they will do better than anything that you. So if you say that, if you're messing around on your wife, let me school the sun stars. When you mess around on your wife, you think that you have a gem with your coworker, because it was a coworker this one messed with. Coworker, she comes in, she probably doesn't have any responsibilities, or she's a thought, so she doesn't really care about her children the same. She probably goes out partying, leaves her children with mass babysitters, because thoughtbots are not the best mothers. Okay. Thotterisms, their priority is to just keep upholding a very materialistic, very shallow point of reference point in their life. So there isn't anything that goes above and beyond what their desires are. So most thoughtbots, if they're parents, they will leave their children with babysitters. That's how you can also check a thoughtbot. So sun stars, if she's never with her children, a good mother will always be with her children, and she won't let you around your children. Okay? That's a good mother. Good mothers, protective mothers, are always going to plan around their children's schedules, because they prioritize their children above themselves and you. So if you're with a woman who always has time to go out and party, or she can always go out with you whenever you want to take her out for dinner, and she has children, especially if they're young, that means she's a thottery in hiding. And she isn't really hiding it. It's just you're not clever enough, or you're so enamored by her makeup of mass destruction and her pseudo personality that you get caught in that web, because you aren't aware of those cues, because you're too enamored by her Decepticon. Whoever said Decepticon, y'all, I love it. Her Decepticon values. So you get caught in her web by you not valuing certain things about family. A healthy woman who has children will always prioritize her children over you. Okay? And that's what you would want for the mother of your child. Okay? So when you get women that always have time to go out, and she has young children, especially if she's got a newborn or a baby. I remember a young girl, she was always going out with this married man, and she just gave birth. And I said to the man, I said, how is she always going out with you? And you're married. This man was married, and she had a newborn. How does she always go out? Oh, she has babysitters. That isn't normal. When a woman feels the need to go out and start dating as soon as she gives birth, that's a thotter. That's a thought bot in action. Okay? So I'm teaching you sun stars some things. A healthy woman that you should desire, if you're a healthy male, will always prioritize her children over you. She will plan things according to her schedule. She will love them, and she will always be present. And when she really cares for you, she will and only invite you around them in public spaces when they don't even know who you are, as just a friend. Okay, those are healthy mothers. All right, I'm just stating it. There isn't a judgment, but thoughtbots, you got it. Sun stars, you got to get up on it. They're clever. Women are more clever than men. That's why when women cheat, you never know. I know women, listen family, I'm keeping it real. We going into agents and narcissists. I know women who have cheated for 10 years being married and have slept with the same man 10 years sleeping, and the man will never, ever know. Women cheat. When they cheat and they don't want you, now she's sharing it with you because she wants to hurt you. The only time you'll ever hear a woman cheating is if she wants to tell you and she wants to hurt you. But most women are so clever. I know more women that cheat than men. And I know more women that cheat that haven't ever gotten busted. That's why the prison system is probably scarier with women. So when a woman is a narcissist, best believe she is masterful at it. She's masterful. Okay, so sun stars, you need to get up on it. Because the thoughtterism is it's fall. Remember, the thoughts won't be here after the pole shift. They won't be able to exist. They only exist under very shallow, very low materialistic realms. They won't be here. And let me state something about marriage though too. I will say this as someone who's been married before. Marriage is the most beautiful institution that you can choose to be a party to. This is where I will say this to you. Make sure even though you've seen me burn my wedding dress, I love the institution of marriage. I was raised by people who are married for over almost 60 years. My mom and dad. I come from a whole household of people who have been married. I see when it's a beautiful union when two people come together who really care for each other, who really are in it to win it. Marriage is a beautiful institution, and it is an institution. It is a contract. It is a business contract, and then also it's a contract, a soul contract. So when you step into it, you should step into it as a whole person. So you won't ever hear me say negative things. I love I love the whole concept of that kind of merging and that kind of integrity and that kind of loyalty. It is absolutely beautiful. When it is well, it is amazing. Okay, so I won't ever disrespect the institution of marriage, but most people get married that aren't healthy, that aren't self-aware. That's why you see people who get married older, their marriages last for the rest of their lives because they know themselves. You know what I mean? So you get married to someone, you're supposed to move with them in the flow. Okay, and anyway, so let's get into arranged marriages probably work better. Listen, I used to disrespect arranged marriages, but when I see all these savages getting together based on looks and physicality, and then listen, arranged marriages usually why they last longer is because the parents already know who their children are getting with. The parents already know the behavioral patterns, the family, the way that the family rolls, the blood lineage. See, this is remember I talk about blood lineage and being with someone that you know their blood type and you have that lineage in common. That's a big deal. DNA matters. Thank you, my love. DNA matters. So when you make arranged marriages, a lot of them base it on family, having a good family. Did they have criminals in their family? Did they have people that were good, healthy? Were the men healthy in the family? Were they financially healthy in the family? These are why there's arranged marriages, and that's why arranged marriages last forever. Because they're based on things that most people who don't have arranged marriages don't even look into. Okay? So I now when you're a little girl and you're arranged in a marriage with a 40-year-old man, that isn't right. But I think arranged marriages, if it's going to happen, it should be when the children are the same, when people are the same age. And it's something that both of them want. It should be something both of them want. So if I think arranged marriages, if it had to happen, it should be what both want. And both have been reared together. Sometimes the little ones have been reared together and they're best friends. And then they're told their whole lives they're going to get married. That's actually healthy. They grow up together knowing each other's families and there's love already there. That could work. But most times it's little girls getting married to old men, being sold off to old men. You know what I mean? The men cheat in arranged marriages. Well, they cheat in non-arranged marriages. They cheat. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference? They do it in both. Okay? So arranged or non-arranged, men step out. The only difference is that arranged marriages, that man feels more committed to his family and he will less likely mess with his family and his finances. That's the difference. That's the difference in the arranged. That man is more vested in making sure his family stays intact. Whereas the other men who aren't in arranged marriages, they will step out and get with a thought. They will leave their wives for thoughterisms. It's usually both of them want it. And it happens when parents make it. Yeah, I don't, when the children don't have a choice, it's unhealthy. So the concept of it could work if it's healthy. You know what I mean? If I know, listen, I have little ones. I know, me and my girlfriend had this discussion. She has a son. Our little ones grew up together. They're beautiful. They have pictures together. We said we're going to marry our children. And it's crazy because both of them want to get married. The first thing they say is like, we're going to get married. We joke about it, but I know her family. I know where they're from. Our children get along. I make jokes about it all the time, but is that really a joke? Because I know he's going to be healthy. I know that he comes from a family where the father is healthy with the mother. I know her. I know that I'm okay being her sister. You know, I'm okay with that being a part of my family, them being part. So you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like that. Anyway, so let's get into the jumping ship. So anyway, big up to the Z Star who lost her narcissist over the last weekend. So big up to her. I'm grateful that she's free. I hope that she stays free. I gave her some tips to clear her narcissist out so he won't want to come back. I told her he's going to want to come back. All narcissists want to return to the scene of a crime. Okay? So they are actually not at this particular energetic time on the planet. You won't, if you are a light worker, if you're healthy, you won't be allowed to be with someone who's more dense and more materialistic and low field. So if you consider yourself to be a healthy person, loving, here for the betterment of the planet, and you're here post pole shift, that narcissist has to be cleared out of you. You wouldn't even be allowed to be with that person. So release them, and first of all, they're jumping ship anyway. They're running away. Let the narcissist go, family, all of them. Now, agents are now, their assignments are being totally cleared. All assignments of agents and all these Smiths, these handlers are being cleared. So a lot of your handlers, now sometimes your handlers are also the narcissists. Sometimes it's synonymous, right? Narcissists. Wait, what happened? Do the narcissists know what's up? Most narcissists are somewhat aware, but in denial for the most part. Remember, narcissists think it's everybody else's fault. Narcissists blame everyone for everything that goes wrong in their life. So by the nature of you truly being a narcissist, you're gratefully unaware. So if your wife falls because you pushed her on the floor, you narcissists will blame the woman for them pushing them, saying they pushed them to the point where their behavior was extra. You ever hear a narcissist? Oh, it's your fault. You're on the floor. You made me hit you. That's a narcissist. They blame you for what they do. Okay? So by the nature of a narcissist being that way, most times they are gladly and gratefully unaware. Because if they were aware of what they were doing, they would have to check themselves. They would have to work. It would mess with them. So a narcissist, by the nature of what they aren't able to accept that. Okay? So, thank you, High Vibration. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, please put a handy dandy like up in the video. And again, I heard from this other young lady, and be careful. Like I said, when we talk about handlers and narcissists, we always give it a male picture or a male vibration. A lot of narcissists and handlers aren't just males, family. They are females. And some of you may have female handlers that are your friends. Okay? Handlers can be your friend. There's handlers all the time that will come in. If they can't get a handler, and if an agent Smith can't get in one way, it will get into your friendships. So, very much so, you could get a friend who is a handler, who's assigned to you as a handler, to always cause drama in your life. They're energy dumpers. They will only call you, "Hey, girl." Oh my gosh, they won't ever ask you how you doing. Hey girl, do you realize, oh my God, he did this. He's terrible. Oh my gosh. My life, what happened to the rent, everything happened. The children are sick. This is what the energy dumpers do to you. So they'll call you only to dump their low field vibration on you, throwing up, on the phone with you, and then won't ever ask you how your day is. And if they do, it's only because they know, they get a sense that you don't like the conversation. Oh, are you okay? Okay, so you know what he did? And then after you get off the phone with them, you feel sick. You feel infected. You got all kinds of Karachi viruses, coronas, bat virus. You got wild cow disease. You got deer disease. She infected you. Everything that she had, she threw up all over you. Okay? That is another form of handling. Handlers always do that. Handlers can come into your life as people who will sidebar you from going into a higher vibration. They will always bring drama. So as soon as you start raising, you did your meditation, you fasting with FleurBrun, we fasting, you feeling high. Then your girlfriend calls you, and all of that work that you've done, she'll take you back down and level you based on her infecting you. Those are handlers. Those handlers won't be able to be attached to you anymore, and the contracts are being rescinded. So handlers, you won't see as many handlers trying to attach to you other than the handlers you already have that you probably need to kindly and respectfully just rid yourself of. Okay? If anybody's doing that to you, don't pick up the phone. This is why cell phones are a nightmare. I'm glad my cell phone was kindly removed from my life in that way. I have people right now. All they do is talk about problems. Listen, if we talk about the cronies, the viruses, that isn't something you should be talking about every day. Those are also handlers, people who are always obsessed with negative things. Do they have anything positive to say? Anything good happening in your life? You don't even have to ask me how I'm doing. Is anything good happening? Or you got to be careful with that too. They only talk about everything good that's happening to them. And if you ever mention anything like, hey girl, I'm getting married, I'm engaged. Oh, that's okay. Anyway, so They won't ever accept your shine, and they won't ever be happy for you. Those are handlers. Those are like handlers by the nature of them being in handler kind of vibration. Okay? Those need to, friendship should be like a health family relationship. Absolutely, Tiffany. Tiffany's got that right on. Those people need to be kindly disseminated. This isn't the time, family. We're about to do our Listen, the Ascension ones are graduating soon. We got Twin Flame reunification happening March 22nd. I hope you're ready. Twinning is going to happen. The whole planet is shape-shifting. All of the Agent Smiths, the thotteries are all falling off. They're all falling off. You need to be ready for it. Why even let that in your life? Whenever, and like I said, with the narcissist handler that this young lady, he jump shipped himself. I told her, clear your house. Put some salt on your door, red brick, do what you do. Work with Santeria, Obia, Yoruba, Wiccan, whatever. Meditate, higher frequency, clearing, smudge, smoke. Clear your house. We go into higher realms of consciousness. 5 G is 5D. I've accepted it. I've said it. 5G, Sank G, 5D. We're going up. We're going up, 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 up. Remember that? We're doing it. Do what you got to do. Keep the dirt out your house. Clean your corners. Clear them out your house. That's what I'm saying. If you have anybody in your life that is a narcissist, a sociopath, or an Agent Smith, handler by nature, I should make a song. We should make a rap song. Remember like Naughty by Nature? I'm going to call the group Handler by Nature. We'll make a song called Handlers by Nature. Let those suckers go. That's how you know I'm happy on my fast. This is a big up to anyone on a fast today. Please put a handy dandy like if you like my better behavior. I realize when I'm fasting, this fast has me so happy. I'm so happy on this fast. This is the 5th day. Big up to anyone joining the Aquaterra fast. This is the 5th day. I feel amazing, and I'm so grateful to be happy. It's amazing. FleurBrun, why are you feeling unbalanced again? You feel as if you're walking a lot drunk. You take your daily walks but you do not consume alcohol. What about? Oh wait, you take daily walks about a week ago and began feeling it. The energies are high. Remember, my loves. And I was feeling it. That's why I fast. And I realized why I started fasting over the years is because of that rainbow energy. It comes. That rainbow The rainbow energy that I just happen to have. I personally think the rainbow energy always comes around this time of year. I think you're feeling the energy. You got to shape shift. You got to change. That's why I started fasting. I didn't know why I did it in March. Do something different. What is happening, baby, is that the and this is what I feel. If you're healthy, make sure what you're eating. Make sure what you're eating is matching you, because you may have to change everything you eat. Just you may have to shapeshift it. Now, if you're vegan and vegetarian, this is when your vegetarian diet may be causing issues. A lot of times people's bodies are requiring more nutrients and you aren't getting it. And that's why also the push for all this veganism, because most people don't get enough nutrients anyway, because all of this, the soil is leached. You aren't getting nutrients from your greens like you would have if you were composting yourself. You know what I mean? If you compost yourself and you're growing your stuff, you should be nicely, highly packed with a lot of minerals and everything that a lot of these veggies and fruit would have. But if you feel that, babe, my love, switch up. So if you eat certain things, Irish moss. Thank you, my love. There we go. Irish moss has a lot of minerals. It's highly packed with a lot of minerals and a lot of nutrients. Okay, switch up, my baby. Just switch up. Just switch up what you're doing. Do something the opposite of what you do. So if you do walk, stop walking. Okay, you may need a break. The body needs a break. Remember, I've talked about it all the time, how I used to go to the gym with a whole bunch of bodybuilders. And remember, when I went to the gym when I was 20, now I'm seeing all the people like 20 years later. Okay. So now you go to the gym, you see the same people who've been working out for 20 years, their bodies are all broken down. They're all in chiropractors. They're all having back issues, slip discs in their shoulders. All these people that worked out, that were working out all the time, runners, they all broke down because your body isn't supposed to have perpetual. It's like an engine. If you keep working it all the time, it's going to eventually break down your bones, your bone marrow, so chill out. Do the infinity walk like me. I did my infinity walk. I'm gonna go work out. I do swimming. Maybe switch up your workouts. Do something. I do swimming. Do a couple laps per day if you can join. If you don't mind swimming, I don't know if you're not in a warm area, and go swimming in a pool that's saline, that's salt water. Because I only make sure I swim now, and I'm making sure I swim in salt water, pools, saline pools. Okay, a lot of people got up on that. So switch up, my baby. Just switch up, okay? You'll be fine. It's the energies too. March is the strongest energetic. That wave comes in every March. Now we realized it. So you're feeling it. So just switch up. Get some sunlight too. I know you walk. Get some sunlight. Slow down the exercise because you probably exercise well. Just rest. Snuggle. Put a little pillow underneath. Elevate your legs. Snuggle up in your bed and take rest. Whenever you're feeling unwell, you must address it. Okay? Unwell means something's wrong. Change up your diet. Change up your practices. Switch it up. Okay? March energy madness. It is. It's very, very dancing. Oh, I love dancing. Okay? When your body is balanced nutritionally, you won't crave food of any form. Yes, yes, I agree. My body fast automatically. It also intimately fasts daily. Very good. Nintu, listen to Nintu. She just gave some great advice. She shared something really phenomenal. So a lot of people fell off. Remember, I was drinking coffee of mass destruction. I did the fast. What is it? My 5th day of my fast. And a lot of people ask, because I have preggies who are fasting with me too, not the same way. So fasting is a way to kind of reset your body. And for some reason, I was always drawn to do it in March. So it may need a reset. This fast, why I'm happier during this fast, is strictly because I'm incorporated my life. So I'm more of a fruitarian, and with this I do smoothies, and also I'm doing all the aqua herbs, all the seaweeds and dulce and sea moss. I'm happier in this fast because I'm nutritionally happy. So I feel like that's, and also I took out the coffee, which was probably creating was probably muting some of my nutrients. Okay, so I just feel better. A Ray female YouTuber for women's health. Okay. Should I too drinking coffee? It's up to you. I love coffee. You shouldn't ask me this question because I have a love hate with my coffee. I do. I love drinking it. It's probably toxic for me in a lot of ways because whenever I fast, I'm healthier. When I don't drink coffee, I'm healthier. I will say that. And I've drank coffee for a while, and I never. And let me state this, family: FleurBrun didn't drink coffee before children. I hadn't. My parents and everybody drank coffee. I grew up smelling it in the house. I love the smell, but I didn't. I didn't drink coffee previous to children. I started drinking after I had children. Okay, so there, because I was nursing all the time. Oh, rainbow energy symptoms. I think we could be experiencing it. Now again, I didn't know there was a rainbow energy until I experienced it, and I personally think it was always here. Every March we feel it. So okay, so the symptoms of the rainbow energy wave, I think is getting the heart palpitations, feeling your body buzzing, the energy sucking out. Like I felt like my energy was sucked out. The what is it called? The tendinitis, a lot of ringing in the ears. What else? Weight gain, weight loss. It could be weight gain, anxiety. Anxiety's big. Definitely that. The heart palpitations. That's definitely big during this time. Because that's what I felt. And if you watch my videos, you can actually see this is when I was able to vet this out. That's why it's good to document. I did because being on YouTube is your document. I went back to every March during my videos, and I realized I was going through the wave energy. So during this time, we feel it. We just probably didn't know. We probably just didn't know. So this is why unconsciously, I decided to fast. It makes me feel better. You feeling anxious? Yeah. Magnesium helps with the anxiousness. Ashwagandha, magnesium. What else helps? Calcium. The combination between the two, it does help because you're gonna feel it now. This is the time we feel it. Okay, heart palpitations. I think the first time I ever felt heart palpitations was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Was it 3? I was on YouTube. I was like, what the heck is that? I was the first time I was like, what the heck is that? I was like, oh my gosh, it makes you feel like you're dying. Like, oh my God. I was like, what is that? What is that? And remember I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, that's anxiety. I was like, what are you talking about? Anxiety about what? I got rid of my narcissist. What is there to be anxiety ridden about? What are you talking about, doc? But I was having symptoms rainbow. So I'll make a video. You know what? I'll sit down and look at all my information. I'll make a video about rainbow energy frequency. But let's celebrate the narcissists, the agents, the narcissists, the sociopaths, and the handlers are jumping ship. They are losing their grip, family. They aren't able to handle you like they listen, with the Caracas, the cronies, the virus, it isn't working. Oh my gosh, they are trying so much with fear tactics. I guess because I jump timelines too. So because I jump timelines and I'm what you find folk, I personally think the cronies issue isn't here. They're trying to push it though, so they can try to enforce mandatory V's. That's why they're doing it, right? So I was like, the Karachis, oh my God. Listen, family. Okay, so let's go into the handlers and why they're losing. Because news is handlers. ABC, CBS, what is the other channel? NBC. Those are handlers. You know that, right? Those are all handlers. When I saw them talking about the cucarachas on the news, I was like, wait a second. Before, y'all didn't want us talking about it. Now everybody's talking about, okay, so now we know this is a fear tactic. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so now we see your agenda. That's why they're losing power, because we're getting too smart. Okay, media, we see what you're doing. Now you're putting it all over. All of a sudden, you didn't want to talk about the cucarachas. You didn't want to talk about the cockroaches. You didn't want to talk about the batteritas, right? You didn't want to talk about it before. Before you were throwing down my feed, right? They were throwing down my feed, taking me off from even saying the word. Now you got people talking about it every day, all day. You got a doctor. I don't trust that man. What's his name? Doctor. Remember, you guys know. Remember, I told you I listened to him initially, but when I jump timelines, I don't trust him. What's that guy's name? He talks about it all day long. He's not even a real doctor. He's got his PhD. What's his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's that guy's name? Not Dr. Mike. No, not Dr. Oz. The guy talking about the thing on... No, guys. No, the one... He's online. Dr. I could look it up right now. No, he's online. Dr. Cottrell. Okay, Dr. Cottrell. Thank you. That man is an agent. When I saw the Harvard hat... Did you see the Harvard hat? I don't know if y'all peeped it. I saw the Harvard hat and I was like, he's an agent. How are you sitting on that? You're a doctor? Listen, you know how many physicians I know? You know how many scientists, because I came from that field, you know, they got to work. Why are you not at a job all day and all you have is like 50 million computer screens and you're a doctor? What are you a doctor of? You're a doctor of quackadoodles. You're a quackadoodles and I'm calling you out. You're an agent. He's got a Harvard hat on yesterday. I was like, no, you are an agent. All you do is talk about it all day long and they let you talk about it. You telling me you talk about the CDC, this and that. Then also I noticed that you come from a Judaic background, sir. You come from a Judaic background. You said that you were Jewish. Okay. So we also know that the Zionists are from that background. Why is it that you have a Harvard hat? You're talking about it every day. Nobody else is taking your feed down. You seem to be blowing spots and be able to talk to all these. Come on now. Come on. He's a quackadoodles. I'm calling it out. He's a quackadoodles. He's an agent. I don't resonate with that man. Initially, I was like, oh, he's blowing spots. Oh, he's giving all the information. You gonna tell me you could do that? You gonna tell me? And he's selling something too. What is he selling? Like he's selling, now he's selling silver to everyone. The same silver that's going to have nanobots dancing and dropping and like, pop locking in your body. You're going to have like the silver. he's selling nanos. The nano silver is going to be pop rocking in your body. You got androids, a mass destruction. Yeah, that dude. Nah, son. Nah. He's a quackadoodles. I don't trust him. I came in this timeline. I was like, no, sir. You're wearing a Harvard hat. You come from a certain background. I don't trust you. Where's your job? Where's your legitimacy? How come you're online? Listen, we know why we're online all day. But why you are online all day? Talking about the cucarachas. The cucaracha virus. Right? Come on now. Got pop lock. He's selling you pop lock and nanobots. So you can sit home and be like, oh, you think you're Michael Jackson. You was like, oh my gosh, baby, I got rhythm. Yeah. No, sir. I'm calling you an agent. He's a cucaracha agent. Agent of mass destruction, selling you cucaracha, selling you nano party bots in your body. Keep doing it. Nah. I won't be putting anything nano. Oh, Aborigine said that. Bigot to Aborigine. Was it Aborigine or was it, who said that? Borzine said that. I was like, yeah, nano. It makes sense, right? Nano? Yeah, you can put nano. We don't even put nano pads on. Dr. Seuss. I'm going to call him Dr. Seuss. He is Dr. Seussy. That is his new name. I'm going to call him Dr. Seuss. That is the code for Dr. Cottrell because he is an agent. As my personal opinion, he is an agent and they trying to put nano party bots in your body. Say 0 to nanobots, okay? When you start getting pop locks of metals in your body, please don't call me and say you made a mistake. I don't know how to get them out. Once they start partying in your body, replicating, they're going to have raves all in your head, raves in your body, in your skin. You're going to have parties going on. You be sleeping at night, seeing lights flickering. That's what he's selling you. Say 0 to nanobots, okay? I'm sorry. Blame the fast. Blame it on the fast. Blame it on the fast. Pop locking. I don't trust these people. Listen, I'm not saying I'm the best thing, but I always tell you, vet me out. Anything that you want to find out about, you can vet me out. Google me. What the guy said, Google me. Remember they were trying to take me out? They were trying to Google me and they couldn't find, remember they had naked pictures of me? I still haven't seen them. Let me say for the haters. I'm sober. I'm fasting. I do 0 drugs. I drink 0 alcohol. This is amazing, right? So family, that's what I'm saying. I don't chief. This is a natural, I'm not off coffee. So no one can say I'm high off coffee. I'm on 0 drugs. This is how I naturally am. But you remember they said they had naked pictures? I'm waiting for my naked pictures. I've been waiting for them. Remember that young lady said she had naked pictures? I've been waiting for them. I wanted to put them on. If I had naked pictures, you know they're going to be decent because I wouldn't take naked pictures. I'm waiting for my naked pictures. This is the type of things online. This is what people will do to you when they're trying to discredit you. We haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for them. Somebody said they had naked pictures of me. I've been waiting for 6 months for my naked pictures. This is worse than you going to like CVS or, Walgreens to try to wait for your pictures. I've been waiting for my naked pictures for 6 months. They said they had nudes of me and I haven't seen them. I want to see them so I can hang them up because I'm getting more seasoned, family. I will only have a certain amount of time where everything's up. So listen, if it's all standing up right now, I want the pictures and I want them now. Remember in Willy Wonka, she was like, I want it now. I want my pictures now. Anyway, I'm joking. But all I'm saying, I have a sense of humor. Willy Wonka and his League of Doom. You got Dr. Seuss online talking about cucarachas, selling you party bots, nanobots to put in your body. Be mindful. Stop. Listen, you don't need anything but high vibration, y'all. You know what your cure is for the corocas, the coronies, the T virus? You know what your cure is? Go to the beach. Get some sunshine. Make love to someone you actually love. Make dinner. Singing Caribbean music, play some Bob Marley. That's my cure. Wait, hold on, family. I got a cure. Wait, hold on. Hold on, I have a prediction. Hold on. Oh, it's paining me. Your cure for cucarachas, and Dr. Seuss won't tell you this. Your cure is just to be happy. Just be happy, okay? That's your cure. Live it up. If you got a narcissist in your house, let them go. Let them go. Let the thoughts. You should open the door. You should invite the thoughtisms to your house. If you still got a narcissist in your house, you need to invite the thoughts to your house and say, listen, thoughties, what happened to the days when we used to contract women to go take our husbands, our bad husbands away? Remember those days? What was it? The Wild Wild West? Can someone tell me that? We need to watch that movie. Remember the movies when women used to pay harlots to come and get their husbands? What was that? They used to set them up. What was that, Wild Wild West? Remember, I love this show. Remember what Drew Barrymore played? Remember the girls who played Cowgirls? What was that movie? Do you guys remember that movie? What was that? Oh, you know what it is. There was a movie. Oh, goodness. I know some of you know it. I love this movie. It was with Drew Barrymore. She was young and they were on the horses. You should pay. Listen, we should create a fund. You know what, family? I think that might be our new endeavor. We should create a fund, a thought fund, so we can pay thoughts to come and rescue our sea stars and sun stars. You know what? We should. Can someone create a thought fund? Can someone create a thoughtery fund? Create a thought fund. Bad Girls. Thank you. Bad Girls. That's your movie for tonight. That was a good one. They were called girls. They were bad. Okay, so can someone please set up. That's treason? I don't think so. Please pay for someone to pay for the thotteries. We need a thottery GoFundMe. Then listen, it's a double, they get paid. That's what thots want anyway. They want to buy red bottom shoes. They want to get those eyelashes that look like snuffleupagus. They want to get the snuffleupagus eyelashes. That's what their goal is. They want to get snuffleupagus eyelashes. They want to get breast of mass destruction with saline. I don't know if they got saline or whatever they want. We could pay the thoughts to come and rescue our sea stars and sun stars. Come on, somebody should do it. I'm serious. It's Friday. This is Love Day. We need a thought fund so that more of these handling agents can leave your households. This way you can't be, it's not a setup. You can't get in trouble for that, can you? Is it a crime? Wait, it's treason. Befriend, betray, destroy. I gotta erase this video. Create the thought bot fund. And if you need, listen to the advertisement. It's like the Ghostbusters. Listen, we can help you out. If he's never coming home at night, if he's being mean to you and yelling at you, telling you didn't cook the chicken properly, if he's always calling you fat and stupid, we have a remedy for you. We have the thought that can handle anything. The thought that's right for you. Pick one. We have catalogs of various thoughts of mass destruction. We can help anybody in any scenario. Then what we do is we disseminate the thoughts to the house. We leave, oh baby, I'm just going to go to the store to go take the children out. And then you have like a fake package come to your house. She'll be boobs. Listen, her breasts of mass destruction. She'll have all kinds of tutorials. She's watched all the tutorial makeup videos. She got weaves. Remember the girl said I had perm? She had perms and weaves. Remember she accused me of having a perm? perms and weaves of mass destruction. We'll have it all. We'll send her to your house and she will take your narcissist, your handler, and your sociopath off your hand. We guarantee she'll keep them off your hand for at least 6 months until you can file for divorce. You can clear up your house and get all kinds of clear. You can sage and purge your house so he won't want to come back. We can help you out. We're going to have a thought. You're allergic to thought bots and narcissist men. Grateful to that. Kaya says she's allergic to them. I agree. I think we all are. Anyone else freezing up? Oh, see, they don't want me talking about getting rid of thoughts. Letting thoughts. See, this is transmutation. Do you know this is a form of alchemy, family? This is a form of alchemy. This is a form of transmutation. We're taking what we deem to be a problem. See, some of you think the thoughts were a problem. We need to take these and transmute them. Let's utilize what you thought was a problem and make it a remedy. We can make the problem a remedy. Let's take the thought. We utilize the thought to remove the narcissist and handler from your household. And then you have a form of alchemy. You have a clearing. This is the best thing I've ever created. I think I need to patent this. I'm going to patent it right now. This is the proof that I was the first person to create a thought bot fund to clear households from demons and low field partnerships of mass destruction. I think this is the best thing I've ever created. I think I would have utilized this service a long time ago had I known it existed. I didn't have to do that. There was thoughts coming from mine. I should have just opened the door for them. Let me stop. I'm sorry. It should be an app. I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize. Please put a like on the video if you're up for the shenanigans today. Please put a like on the video if you understand that the agents, Smiths, the sociopaths, the handlers of mass destruction they're losing all of their power because we've woke the heck up. We heard the alarm clock. We've actually woke up. We aren't necessarily having to drink coffee anymore to wake up anymore. We're wide awake and we see all the schemes. NBC, ABC, RunBC, Seuss BC, all of them. We see all of the BCs, right? ABCs, NBC. Why they all have BCs? Oh, this is another uncovering. And why do they all have BC after it? NBC, CBS. Why do they have all those letters in there? I need to do the gematria on those. But we understand that they are trying to propaganda. Those are the handlers that are losing their grip because they're losing grip because we're awake. NPCs. I just said NPCs. Broadcasting companies, they're all losing their grip. The handlers are losing their grip because we're awake and we're happy to be awake. Listen, we aren't grumpy. There isn't anybody grumpy on this feed. We're happy to be awake. And by you being happy to be awake, you've already won, family. I make jokes. I come on here. I'm happy. This is the 5th day of my fast. I'm feeling amazing. I'm coffee free, drug free, alcohol free, a thought free, narcissist free, handler free. I'm free of a lot of the things that used to hamper me, and I'm grateful for it. This is our time. The pole shift is on and popping, but it's so much more enjoyable when you're free from all of the chaos. They're lying, family. The cucaracha virus is not what you think it is. It is disseminated with zombies and nanobots. Dr. Seuss is online trying to sell you nanobots so they could pop lock in your body. You need to be mindful. Be happy. We need to get the song Don't Worry, Be Happy. Can any of you, some of you are artists, we need to, because they're always trying to copyright me. Can someone make a song, a happy song so we can play it on here? Can you make it a little funny though too? We need a happy song. Don't worry, be happy. We need something happy so we can celebrate. I'm excited. This is amazing, family. We're in that vibration and the twin flame vibration is coming. The twin flame unification is coming at the end of this month. And it is our New Year's because we celebrate, many of us celebrate New Year's too. Oh wait, Dr. Phil just interviewed a guy. Oh, I saw him who said he was a cyborg. I saw him. I don't think he's lying. I think he drinks a lot of soda. He probably got infected. Drinking a lot of soda, hamburgers of mass destruction. All of this has metals. He probably is accepting it. He probably wants to be, maybe he wants to be who he is. Maybe that's a future aspect of himself. Good for him. Maybe he came out of the closet. Maybe he came out of the galactic closet. He could be a cyborg. He wouldn't be. We wouldn't be best friends though, because I'd be concerned. He was always uploading my mind. I had to order the demon seed. Did anyone have to order? I had to order the demon seed. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer gave me Pontypool. We watched it last night. Pontypool on I should put the link. It's got Portuguese underneath and subtitles. So if anyone can't see Pontypool for free, Jennifer gave it to me. So I can put it in my description box if you want to see Pontypool. It was really good. I don't want you to have to pay for stuff. This is one thing as being a mom. I am resourceful. Like the coupon moms. My dad used to like that concept of coupons, right? The coupon moms, we always know deals. This is good. Did you watch Pontypool? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the thing. It has Portuguese. If you don't mind, it has subtitles. It's not a big deal, but it's underneath. So I'll put it on the thing because Jennifer shared it with me, and I was like, oh, I get to watch it again. So yeah, I'll put Pontypool. It's really good, family. It's good concept of the frequency and frequency weaponry that they're utilizing with the 5G. But really, with the five 5G, I probably don't have to hide it anymore. 5G. I'm falling on here. What's your fifth day of my fast? Yo, the fifth day of the fast is no joke. I'll put it on here. Just remind me. And then I had to rent. I had to buy. I'm sorry. I had to buy the movie on Amazon for Demon Seed. I couldn't get it, so I'm just gonna have it because it's good. Like when we go to the sanctuary, I want to have like movies on because after the pole shift, we don't know how much technology we'll have. So I want to make sure I have movies and stuff after the pole shift. So I'm gonna have that movie delivered by. I know that you think I'm old school. Many of you say, "Oh, FleurBrun, you're so old." You get CDs and DVDs. I still have VHSs. I keep all my VHSs. I have a. It's hard to get a a VCR. VCR. I'm bringing a VCR to the pole shift, post pole shift. You have a VHS. I have all my. I have my prom. I have my prom on my VHS. You know that, right? I went to prom. I should show it one day. I have my prom on VHS. I'm gonna show you my prom when I'm really after my fast. Maybe I'll show you my prom. Can I get in trouble for that? No, I don't know if I could put everybody. No, I don't know if I could do that because I would have to get people's permission. There's a lot of people at prom. You can see my prom. I have my prom on VHS. You can see me dropping it like it's hot. FleurBrun's been the same. You're gonna see me the same way, but it isn't nanobots dancing inside of me. Oh, you have. Listen, I've got all of my tapes. I got my children's birth on my VHS on these little tapes. I got it all. I'm gonna have VHSs at the sanctuary. Yes, I am. So y'all could call me all kinds of old. I'm gonna be the only one watching movies after the pole shift. Y'all be like, you know what, FleurBrun? Or you can't even call me. You'll have to like send pigeons to come get me. That's how y'all gonna have to. We're gonna have to use pigeons. Y'all gonna put a letter on a pigeon, and the pigeon's gonna travel for like 20 days to find me on the sanctuary to leave me a message. That's gonna be your phone. Or telepathically. If you can't telepathically communicate with me, you darn Skippy are gonna have a pigeon come and send me a message. Remember the drug dealers on the roof of Brooklyn? Am I putting too much information out there? Yeah, remember they used to have drug dealers that used to do that. They used to use pigeons to deliver their messages. I saw that on one of those it wasn't what movie was that? It wasn't New Jack City. Was it New Jack City? I don't think it was New Jack City who had the pigeons. Remember that? They used to have the pigeons delivering this stuff. It wasn't New Jack City. It was one of those other. It was Training Day? Oh, maybe it was Training Day. Yeah, they had the pigeons. That's the first time I saw that ever. They had pigeons delivering messages. Ah, okay. You guys, okay. Paid in full? Probably all of them. I didn't know it until I saw the movie. I was like, oh, wow, that's very clever to deliver messages like that. Who would figure that? You know what I mean? It doesn't work with crows. Crows will probably cack your neck off. I'm sorry, family. It's Training Day? Okay, that's where I saw it. I knew it was a movie I saw. Someone asked me back in the days, you know, I grew up next to Denzel's mom my whole life in Mount Vernon. Big up to Denzel, Washington. I grew up next to Denzel's mother my entire life. And Denzel Washington had, he was the one. When you guys ask me why I drink, even to this day, he was the one who told me to drink. Uh, oh gosh, I drink a water. Where's oh, it was him who told me to drink this water because it had smallest molecules. So it was him and his mom who told me to drink this water. His mom used to cut my hair. She used to do, remember back in the days, the salt and pepper look? Like shave one side and then long on the other, like short on one side. She was the first person who ever cut my hair. Denzel's mom, Miss Washington. Isn't that cool? Yeah. They're really down to earth. They're from Mount Vernon. So, yeah, the birds over here, yeah. They like to sing. It's mating season over here, so the birds are always talking. That was your childhood crush? He's handsome. He comes from a nice family, too. You know, when I always know the mama, it was nice. His mom used to let us use her dominoes to play dominoes. Yeah. Mount Vernon had a lot of Mount Vernon is like a brown celebrity town. It's not they weren't celebrity to us, but they were just regular people. Remember I went to school with Sean Combs, Heavy D, Dwight used to DJ our parties. My mom could tell you stories about the hip hop. That's why I love hip hop. Y'all always ask why FleurBrun's into music. I grew up like that. Sean Combs went to school with me. His child's mother went to school with me. Uh you know, Volvic. That's Volvic. Um, who else? Everybody was in Mount Vernon. Oh my gosh, all of us. It was a lot of us. Bob Hope is from Mount Vernon. Felicia Richard. I mean, everybody's from Mount Vernon. Back in the days, that was the town that you lived in. You know, I have that to be grateful for. I grew up in it. It was very beautiful. No, Kanye is not from. I. That's not where I know him from. Kanye's not from. Kanye's from Chicago. That's when hip hop was cool. You know what I mean? Anyway, Agenda 21 depopulation. It's all listen, family. They want to depopulate the planet, and it will happen. Let me state this while we go in it. They will depopulate the planet, but it will be them who leave the planet. It is the bots who are going to leave. Family, I'm seeing it as it unravels. The agents, the Smiths, the biobots, they're all the clones are falling apart. And we got to be careful too, because one of the sea stars, one of you sea stars, and you know who you are. I don't know who it was. So I apologize if I don't know your name or your tag on here. But one of the sea stars says, what if it's clones that are dying over in Chinois neck of the woods from the 5G? What if it was clones dying? What if it's like people, because we know that they bioengineered people. They bioengineered people. You know, I've talked about this for a year when everybody thought I was crazy. They have what if it's clones that are actually deactivated? Because that country there's too many people. Africa didn't even have that many people in one close space. There was too many people. A lot of those might have been clones. I really agree that she might have been right. Maybe some of the clones were deactivating because of too high a frequency. And a lot of that is extraterrestrial, like I said, it's bootleg extraterrestrial frequencies. Maybe that's what it is. But I'm telling you, the meek inherit the earth. That is what happens. So all these genetically homogenized beings, how are they going to leave? How are these holographs going to leave? Because remember, our perception is that the holograms are real. The holographs are real, right? So if we think that these holographic people are real, how would they leave? For us to accept it, they would have fake, releases or deaths, right? So they would look like they're dying. That's how they would leave. So I personally think that a lot of these beings that are going are gone. They're just like empty seaters, being like contracts are done. Like, oh, contracts up. We got to make it look like there's a mass die off or kill off so that it looks natural. All the production, put it in all production. Okay? Because as much as happening in Chinois neck of the woods, none of us personally know people that have cucarachas. I don't know anyone who has cucarachas. Do you? Does anyone on here have the cucarachas, the T virus? Do you know? Does anyone on here? Let's take a poll. Because this where we have a good. Please put a like on the video as you come in the room. Let's take a poll right now. How many of you on here? Please put a no. Know someone with the cucarachas, the T virus. Let's see. Oh, Keep going. We got 517 people. Please tell me, how many of you know somebody with the cucarachas? Wow. For something that's going around, and we got a lot of global people on here. Look at this. Look at this. We got a lot of people from different cities, different countries on here. How come no one on here knows anyone who has the cucarachas? I'm still reading. Wow. Okay, keep going. I'm still reading. Please, everyone, if you participate, it helps us. This is our own census. Cucarachas. We're talking about the T virus. Yes, the coronas. The cucaronas. Anyone on here knows anyone who has the cucarachis? The coronis. Look at the nose on here. Wow. Okay, so look at this, family. I want you to see this, because when they come and they're telling you, oh my God, because when NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox News is telling you, oh my gosh, we have to quarantine. Oh my gosh, look at this. Australia, no, no. We got people in Israel, no. Why do we have people? We have people in Brazil. We have people in Europe on here. How come none of you know anyone with the cucarachis? This is the most international. My platform is the most international platform. How come there isn't anybody on here who has the who knows someone who has the cucarachis? Friend came yesterday from Tenerife. Did they have the cucarachis? Wow. So there isn't anybody on here, not one person, though everybody's saying that they're buying toilet paper. They're buying up all the toilet paper in Brooklyn. But you're telling me you haven't met anyone who has a cucarachis? Wow. So this is straight up propaganda. It's fake news meant to propel people and force them into giving a T virus. Okay, so we have Seattle. Well, Seattle. Okay, yes. Seattle has something going on. I will say Seattle has something going on. But do you in Seattle know anyone personally who has the cucarachis? Okay, I have Canary. Okay. Amazon in Seattle. Yes. Okay, so one person in Seattle, because we know Seattle's a hot spot. Okay, so they have the cucarachis. I know Seattle has a big thing going on. We do. Okay, so we have one confirmation in Seattle. Anybody else in Seattle know someone personally who has the cucarachis? Anyone in Seattle on here? You live in Seattle? No. Okay. It was probably a regular flu. It could be a regular flu, exactly. Okay. Okay, so you know what people in you said there's people in New York, but you don't know them personally. Okay. So there isn't anyone who personally knows somebody who has the cucarachas. Okay. Except one person on here who said they're in Seattle, which Seattle is saying that the flu does too. Remember, they may be lying because a lot of people have died from flu. We know that they've died from flu. We had the flu. Wait, in Scotland, and people buying all the painkillers. Look at them; they're hoarding. They're all hoarding. No, okay. Flu symptoms. Okay. Now we know that the flu was going around. That I will say we can confirm because a lot of people knew people who personally had the regular flu. Influenza A, and then the shape-shifted one into influenza B. We do know people. What'd you say? Billy Carson shouldn't be tried. Were you here when we talked about Billy Carson being a Martian? I saw him. He was on, somebody sent me from a Shara Star. Is that her name? A Shara Star's channel? And he was on there. He looked like a street. I don't even know how anyone could take it seriously. He looks like a Martian. It's crazy to me. He's a Martian. He had a green background. You know when they do green backgrounds, it's because they're hiding something, right? Green backgrounds, I don't know if many of you are part of the Intel's community. Whenever we see people wearing green or green background, means that they're changing something It's like an illusion background to make illusions. I, listen. That's why I'm not invited on any platforms, because I keep it real. He's something else. And somebody already gave me the information about him being arrested for some sort of like, they gave me the mugshot of him, one of UC stars, couple of UC stars gave me his whole thing when he was pretending that he was somebody else. I forgot what it's called. Something. I wouldn't trust anything that man says. I don't even know that he's a man. I think he's a Martian. It's my opinion. That's why I'm banned on everything. You can vet it out yourself. I just made the question the other day, and many of you sent me all of his mug shots. I just asked the question. Remember, I didn't know initially, and y'all sent me the mug shots, and then I knew. So I was like, all right, I just asked. I don't know sometimes. Sometimes, some things I just presume, but, don't take my word for it. You research yourself. Okay, so there isn't anybody on here who knows someone personally who's got we got 525 people in here. Some of them are in the bushes, because you got haters in the bushes that just come on here just to put a handy dandy dislike because they're haters. That means they like me more. Just the fact that they have to keep subscribed to me even though they hate me. That makes you love me more. Let me talk to the haters. That means you love me more, haters. The fact that you keep subscribed to me means you just can't get enough of me. Don't hate, participate. Answer our question here. Are you exposed? Are you haters part of the cucarachas? Are you part of the cucarachas? You're probably handlers. Probably handlers that don't have jobs anymore. Handlers, you've lost your contracts. You won't answer my question because you're hiding in the bushes. We're so NSC Fleur. Yes, I was looking up Carlson, Williams, Brinson, mentioned Carlson. His name is even changed. His name is changed. Ashera, I think I thought Ashera was a witch. Y'all said she has another channel. I don't, as far as I knew who she was, Ashera, I think her name, Ashera Star, is that correct? She was a witch, right? Y'all said she does something else. You said she does another channel. I don't know if she has another channel. I know she does that, but I know she had the interview with him, right? Oh, she is a witch? Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, she has a couple channels. Okay. We're very different beings. I remember somebody made a mistake one time and confused. We look different. We have very different personalities, very different people. Yeah, we're just different people. We come from different blood lineage, different neck of the woods. And I also think she's also negative roost, like Billy Carlson. Okay. She's a smart cookie. I don't give any shade. She is a smart cookie, and she does do craft. She is crafty at her craft. But y'all says she does something else. Okay, wait. Somebody says I'm looking at the cucaracha virus is in Maryland now. 3 people infected. But do you know them, Tanami? Do you know them personally? Okay, so for everybody on here, yeah, you can see Billy Car. We already won it. I'm not gonna talk about him because he's a Martian. I wouldn't trust anybody who has a mugshot and who's a Martian. Listen, if I got a mugshot and then I'm a Martian, you shouldn't trust me either. You should trust me only if you want to do dirty deeds. Okay, so I'm just saying he got a mugshot and he's a Martian. That's my opinion. Okay, so let's get off of him because you get mad at me sometimes for saying things and you'd be like, FleurBrun, you go too far. I'm a woman of a certain age. Chances are I won't change that much as far as my opinions about this. Okay, so let's stay on the topic. No, there isn't anybody on here who personally knows somebody who has cucarachas. So what does that say, family? If this is such a bad virus, each one of us would know somebody. Now, some people may know people who died of the flu. That's totally different. But there isn't anybody on here, as far as we're concerned, except the one from Seattle. I'm going to give them something, who knows someone personally who has the cucarachas. Okay? So, don't forget that quarantining doesn't mean anything. They're saying people have it in their neighborhoods. Quarantining doesn't mean anything, because why? Is because we don't even know who they're quarantining. Where are the names of the people that are being quarantined? Where are their names? Are those crisis actors? Because I've seen people on TV saying, oh, we're on the Queen Mother ship. We're stuck on here. What is their name? Who is their neighbor? How come we don't have their names? Can we verify that they're real people, or are they crisis actors? We know that during false flags, they hire crisis actors. Who are these people? Okay? So I don't know. Okay, so family, we've already did our little census. Okay, we've already did our little census. When they call us crazy, I say, how am I crazy when I'm asking 500 and something people, maybe 100 people answer the question. So they'll say we're crazy all the time. Then I said, well, oh, the helicopters are coming. We're blowing. Oh, look at the chemtrails. We got a helicopter and a chemtrail. Breaking news. We got, in Florida, they've been going ham on, they're trying to get nanotechnology in your family. That we can presume that they're trying to increase the nanobots. They want to party in your body with the nanobots. Make sure you're doing your chelations, everybody. Okay, so let's just say this. You can't tell me that we got 100 people that answered, maybe more, who answered the question in here, that they have not personally known anyone who has had the cucarachas. So if there isn't one person in here, including myself, who reports on this all the time, who doesn't know someone who has it, chances are this is another false flag intended to create people to go on a shopping frenzy and to initiate the real T virus that they want to give you as a mandatory V. Can we get a witness in here? Can we get a witness in here? Put some eyes up, put some evil eyes up if you are against the V's, or if you aren't accepting the V's. We should do this in church. Put those rebuke the V. I'm rebuking all V's. Put a hand. No, those eyes. You know those evil eyes. Don't you got those evil eye things? There we go. The evil eyes. Put those evil eyes up to those V's. We rebuke the V's up in this piece. You could keep your V's to yourself. Your T viruses and mass destruction. It won't be on our watch. Everybody here who has the evil eyes won't be getting a V. Let me just say to you, you gonna be climbing in windows, snatching people up, because we ain't taking your V. We are anti-V up in this piece. We are zero. We are taking zero V's. Now we know, family, that all this, if you don't know anyone who has a V, who has the cucarachis, that means there isn't any cucarachis going around, because if it was so viral, if NBC, CBS, Wendy Williams even had it on her show, big up to Wendy Williams. That's the one who gave me advice. That's the one who gave me advice about agents years ago to leave my handler. She gave me advice and I didn't listen to her. Big up to Wendy Williams. I don't even know if that's her. I know the one before was like chipped, because she used to topple over. I don't know if it's the real one. I don't know. She looks like the real one because she looks a little different. The Wendy Williams I knew had thick thighs like FleurBrun. me and Wendy Williams, do you know that? She's older than I am. Wendy Williams is older. She's up there. She looks good. Wendy Williams is she's older than I am, but she had thick thighs. They used to confuse because we had a similar, except I was busty. She had thick in the thighs like I was. So they used to call her Thunder Thighs. Right? Do you guys remember her? Many of you don't remember. She's Wendy Williams, before she got all this craziness, she was a nice looking woman. She was just big. She was Amazonian, very tall. But she was a very nice looking woman. Yeah. She just looks very different now. She has a lot of surgeries and stuff. But Wendy Williams, check her out back in the days. For anybody who wants to know, she was a good looking woman. When I was younger, they used to compare because I was shaped. You know, we had a similar shape, like thick in the thighs. And also Beyonce. Beyonce, those are similar physical shapes. When I was younger, I had a figure like Beyonce. I don't have a figure like her anymore. I'm not shaped like Beyonce anymore. But I was. Except I was busty. The only difference between me and a lot of the other women is I was a top busty. I was always very busty. She looks much different. Yeah, she was a nice looking woman. Don't get me wrong, she's still a nice looking woman, but it's artificial. How she looked when she was younger was, she just was, a nice looking young girl. She was on. Many of you know her from St. Croix. She was on. She was in a Virgin Island radio station for all our Caribbean people. All our people from like Puerto Rico should remember her because she was on the radio in St. Was it St. Kitts? It was St. Croix, but it was in the Virgin Islands. Anyway, so what you're walking into now, we just realized we have breaking news. Everybody on our feed just realized they tried to pull the wool over our eyes, but the agents, this is what I'm saying, the handlers are losing their grip. We just did a little census and we just find out that there isn't anybody on here who's been exposed to, who knows anybody with the cucarachas, with the T virus. There isn't anybody on here who knows someone specifically with the cucarachas. And if you do, please show yourself and tell us how you know them. What is their legal names? They're not putting it out there. That's what I'm saying. It isn't real. The NBC, CBS, Crazy C's, whatever the name of the stations are. Is this my mate? Oh, no. They're telling you now. Remember before they were throwing down anybody talking about that? Okay. So now we know that all the Agent Smiths, their lies of mass destruction, we've unraveled it. It's a lie. They got something going around. They do have crazy animal disease. And I will say this, I'm grateful. I think that we needed to take a break from hurting the animals. And if fear will make a lot of these voracious flesh eaters stop eating all the animals, I think it'll work. Okay? I think they were abusing animals, deers, everything. So if crazy deer virus and crazy cow disease is coming out, which I know is the truth, then I personally think that that's necessary to give the animals some reprieve. It wasn't meant for us to overconsume animals like that. That is highly abusive, what they've done. Even the natives hunted every once in a while. They weren't eating holy cow. Remember when you used to say holy cow? That's funny. Okay, wait. You've capped state. Okay, I've capped states that Ohio children have been passing persistent respiratory virus for at least a year. Okay, TK said that. And I agree with you. There is viruses going around. And I personally think it comes from, this is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a wrestler. But my personal opinion is that the vaccinations is what they've been disseminating. And I personally think they make people into walking petri dishes, making them pass these weird kind of viruses. But the immune system is amazing. And also, a lot of these viruses cannot make it that long. Even when they transmute or shapeshift, they can't stand that long. So yes, I personally think the babies have had it. But remember, most of the children that go to school have vaccinations unless you have your exemption. Okay? Big up to all our Connecticutites, because we have a lot of Connecticut people on here. Big up to all our Connecticut people. Big up to y'all. A lot of our Connecticut's been going to make sure they're fighting against... Someone said a wrestler. You just got that. Have been going and protesting the mandatory vaccinations that they're trying to enforce in Connecticut. Big up to all of you. It was some of the sea stars who, a lot of the mommies came to me. So big up to all of you who really standing for the healthiness of your children and yourself. Okay. So They're trying to enforce, and remember, family, there's been a mass push to try to stick people with all kinds of viruses. They want to impede on your immune system. A lot of times you're not getting viruses because it's natural. You're getting it because you're taking a vaccination, and it hinders your immune system, making you susceptible to viruses, other viruses. Okay? Remember when they had that boat? Where are all my Caribbean brethren on here in Sistren? Remember in the Caribbean? Remember in St. Lucia, I got the word from St. Lucia that they had a U.S. ship, military ship going from island to island, giving them free medical. Remember that was just a couple months ago? Remember I made a whole video on it? Do you guys remember that? Yes, you do. Why do you think they were intending to do that? Why are they pushing for a mandatory V? Because they want robotoids in you so they could put the kill switch of St. G. See, St. G may affect people who have a lot of metals in them. And that's why we may have seen some of those, and we don't even know if it's real, over in Chinois neck of the woods peeling over. But in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Bahamas, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, St. Croix, Bermuda, Trinidad and Tobago, they were sending this ship around offering. How you going to offer free medical when you don't even have free medical here for your people in the United States? You think we're stupid? This is how the handlers are losing their grip. You think we're stupid, right? Doo-doo-doo. Oh, you think we're dummies, right? You think our Caribbean people are dumb enough to know you don't even get medical to their own people, but you're offering a happy dandy ship with your viruses of mass destruction? We know that you instituted AIDS because it was patented. All of your pansies told on you already. AIDS was a genetically homogenized disease. You create viruses so you can put them out. I was just watching a good, it's called, I was watching a good movie the other night. What was it called? Something Z, Land of Z, where it was like a set in the 1930s, and he was like a missionary. He was a political guy. He was set into the forest, in a Brazilian forest, to find a land of gold with natives. Now, one of the things that I noticed in this movie is they always wanted the guys as being missionaries going somewhere and offering help. Why would you want to help a native people that don't require any help? Their lands aren't barren like over in your neck of the woods. Why you go into plush Brazil with people who are happy, naked, and unafraid in the jungle, living with animals and trees, happy, unaware, and you're going with your Christianity and your crosses of doom, which is this basic Satanism, and you're offering them vaccinations for things? You need the vaccinations. You can't even go in the jungle and get bit by one mosquito without blowing up like a blimp. Why are you going in and trying to give vaccinations to people who have a natural immunity to where they live around? So in this movie, why I brought up this movie is that when they were fighting, it was France against England, or it was England fighting, I don't know, it was England fighting with France or some war. I don't even know what it was. Maybe it's probably World War II. They're fighting. They had nerve gas. Do you guys know? They had nerve gas. Nerve gas throws you off. It makes your mind go batty. So they had this in the 1920s and 30s or whatever have you. No, 1930 something, late 30s. They had nerve gas. They had things like that in war. They got gases that change people's sexuality. It's called the gay bomb. So you're telling me that they don't have these things and they're not disseminating? They don't see you as them, family. You aren't them. We aren't the same entities that these beings are. Why do they care? They don't care. People thought that they just dislike brown people. No, they dislike everyone. My lunars are realizing that the fight isn't just against brown people anymore. It's against everyone who stands for healthiness and for truth. So everybody's an enemy of the state that's against the agenda. It doesn't matter what complexion you are, what language. If you are here for the healthy shenanigans, you are an enemy. And that's why they vaccinate your children. Because they don't want smarties coming out of your school. They don't want children who could think for themselves. They don't want They don't want healthy, happy people who see the BS like we're seeing now. You know why we see their BS? Because we've risen our frequency. We've risen our frequency. We've fasted. We've grown a lot of our own food. We've had healthy relationships with people. We've come to full circle with ourselves. We've made right with our higher self. That's why we see them. How many of the people that you do know who are still sleeping in the matrix, kindly, happy voting, talking about cryptocurrency? This guy, AMTV, is another clown. Let me call out the clowns, some of these males on these platforms on YouTube. YouTube has agents of mass destruction. They're all over the place. AMTV is another clown. This man is walking around in Hawaii without his shirt on, talking about the collapse of the system, talking about all these homes. Did you see that? Talking about cryptocurrency, how much money he has. They're staying in a house with that's $1 million. Why are you bragging to people, but then you're talking about the collapse of the system? Know why? Because you are the system, AMTV. You are the system. You talking smack because you don't want everybody else having a piece of the system. You gonna bring it down. You gonna talk down about everything else, but you gonna make sure you elevate yourself, right? AMTV, selling people garbage prepper food of starches so they can sit in their houses afraid, eating potato chips, eating macaroni and cheese, over expired food, peanut butter and jelly in their underground bunkers. This is what you promote while you and your cronies are making money off of people's fears. Dastardly bastards. We see you, Dr. Seuss, wearing a Harvard hat. Why are you wearing a Harvard hat if you're against the system? You wouldn't even feel right to wear a Harvard hat, Dr. Seuss, Dr. Coronis, Dr. Cucarachis, Dr. Cottrell. Who are you? You're supposed to be for the people, but you're wearing a Harvard hat? The same bastards who use the Harvard grants to create these viruses, and you're glad to wear the hat? We know who you are, Cucaracha Doctor. Dr. Seuss, we already know your riddle. I read your books at least 20 million times, and I've uncovered your riddle, Dr. Seuss. You're the Dr. Cucarachis, and you're down with the dark Kabbalists. That's why you can sit all day. Who's paying that check for you to sit with those 50 billion computers all day? You don't have any children. You're not a woman. Who's paying you? Where's your child support? I don't see any children around you. I'm sorry, family. They shut down this channel for talking about less. But you're going to tell me that this man could sit every day with 50 million computers, talking to scientists across the world, talking about cucarachis, talking about the system, and they're going to let him do that? And they're not going to infiltrate him? You know why? Because he's an Agent Smith set in to make you think that he's one of us. He isn't one of us. He's Dr. Seuss, and his books are outphased. Dr. Seuss, you have been fired. Where is Trump? President Trump, please fire Dr. Seuss because he needs to be fired. He's fake news. Remember when Trump was on? He was like, this is fake news. President Trump, please send this message to President Trump. Please fire him for fake news. Oh, the coronavirus is here. Oh, it's here. Okay. Dr. Seuss, you're in your house all day wearing a Harvard hat. Where are your Harvard cronies? You're so big to big up the same system that's created the virus, that is patented? Oh, really? Huh. How many of those people are people you that you're friends with, that you drank, coronavirus cognac with? Who are they? Where are your friends, Dr. Coroni, sitting in your house? Where's your family? How come I don't hear your family around? Where's the children? Because that's not your location. Who are you, sitting in your house like that by yourself? There's nobody around to verify you, to validate you. Where'd you come from? I never seen him before. He had like 10 people, he had 1,000 people on, or 10,000 people on his YouTube. Now he's skyrocketed up 30,000 because people's fears. So including me, I subscribe to him. But where'd he come from? He didn't have anything going on previous to the cucarachis. Who set you up? Who's paying your bills? Cucarachas. If you're a doctor, how come you're never at your job? Are you washing dishes somewhere and then saying that you have this? Who are you? Family, this is how you verify someone. I tell you all the time. I learned this when people try to play games on my platform trying to say they had naked pictures. I learned this real quick with those women that were doing dastardly things to FleurBrun. I came from a small town. I didn't really verify people. I've learned this in recent. If you want to know who someone is, check their background. Check them. If they've been on YouTube, see what their names were before. A lot of people change their names when they did dirt. Just like Billy Carlson, he changed his name. His name is Willie Carlson. We call him something different. People will change their names when they did dark deeds. Check people. You see them on YouTube? Check them 3 years ago. Check them 4 years ago. Why did they shapeshift their names? Where did they come from? I'm not saying get into people's personal lives. I'm not saying go into someone's personal lives. But I'm just saying, if somebody's saying that they're one way, I learned this when my platform was attacked. I had to learn from the C-stars. Big up to all the C-stars who came on here who were like, you were telling me there were certain people on YouTube not to trust. And it's not that I didn't believe you. I just didn't really verify because I was like, it's not that serious. If they showing up a certain way, I think if you show up a certain way, that's who I accept you as. But when they did dirt to me, I was like, okay, I'm going to look into why they did this to me. And when I found out, when I went 2-3 years and found out some of these C-stars and some of these people were changing their names because they had did dirt to other people. They were sleeping with people's husbands. They were messy on YouTube. They shapeshifted their name the way they looked so that they could take on a new antage and take on another physical form. When I found that out, then I realized it is very important to verify people. Just because they come to you looking shiny and clean does not always mean that way. I'm not telling you to go and look in people's lives, go in their household. But if they're online, you should verify them before you take on some of their frequency or their karma. It's a hoax. When I seen that young lady shapeshift herself from someone who was doing harm to people's families and then looking like a spiritualist now, I realized that I was duped as well. But you C-stars had told me. Many of you had told me. Y'all blew spots on here and I did not. It's not that I didn't listen to you. It's just I had to learn myself. When people do dirt to other people, they will do dirt to you. So if you want to know who somebody is, check their social media past and you will find out who does what. You got to be careful. When y'all go and see me sitting in my room for 5 years on YouTube, I've been in the same house on YouTube for 5 years, same children, same life, same look. When someone says I perm my hair, I've had the same hairdo. I wear the same banana clip. It's not to say everybody has to be like that. People do evolve. Let me say that. But I'm just saying, if you want to verify, go into someone's past and see who they are. I learned that the hard way. I really did. I took value of what people said because I didn't know to do that. But when you have Dr. Seuss, Dr. Cottrell talking about cucarachas every day, let's see what he was before. Let's see what he was before. Okay, you talk about the cucarachas. Why are you anti-system? Anybody who's anti-system wouldn't be working for Harvard. Anybody who's anti-system wouldn't wear a Harvard hat. Because people who work for the system also realize that a lot of those collegiate schools, a lot of them are, these are schools set up and made to bring in people to work the agendas. Okay. So that's why you got to be careful. So anybody who's against the system wouldn't wear something that represents the system. Who is Dr. Seuss? Dr. Seuss, very, very magic because like she lost it. We got another term. It's Dr. Cottrell online. It's my opinion. I think he's an agent. Okay? I think he's an agent. It's my opinion. Because why I think he's an agent is because he's doing too much without any inception. It isn't any inception. Willy Wonka, like I said, I know because it happens to me. So because they're always shutting down my feed, when I was telling you about the T virus in Chinois neck of the woods, they shut down the whole feed. You can see what they do to me when I know I'm onto something, they shut me down. So remember, I'm the least. I don't have as much power or prestige. I don't really, I haven't really, I don't have that kind of power on YouTube, and they shut me down. So why would they allow someone to talk about something that they deem to be anti them for so long, and he's allowed to do it without any censoring? He isn't shadow banned. AMTV says he's shadow banned. Do you see how many subscribers he has? Do you ever see AMTV? He talks about it. He was like, oh, we're being shadow banned. You have over 669,000 subscribers and you're being shadow banned? You think we're stupid? You think we're stupid? How are you being shadow banned? I see your video as suggested every day. Who's shadow banning you? So I'm just saying, if someone's calling themselves a renegade and anti-system and is working to whistleblow, whistleblowers get intercepted all the time. We know whistleblowers that died. I know whistleblowers who are dead personally. Whistleblowers get taken out. Back in the days, they were taking out whistleblowers left and right. They were taking out homeopathic doctors left and right. And you telling me they were taking out homeopathic doctors that weren't even online promoting it? But you're going to tell me the cucaracha Dr. Seuss is going to be online every day blowing spots? It's a lie. I'm calling it out. Same with Billy Carlson. He came left field. The whole UFO community is accepting him. He's got all kinds of shows. This man is being held to a high standard. All of a sudden, he has a lot of loot. But then when I asked the question, who is he? I thought he was a Martian. I said, who is he? Y'all send me mugshots. This is who he is. Why would you change your name if you're legitimate? I'm not talking about having a name that matches you spiritual. I'm saying, why would you change your entire quote unquote natural name? Why would you change it? Or why would you tell people you change your name legally and it's not? Max Spears was one of the biggest whistleblowers. Where is Max Spears? Delbert Blair was a massive UFO contactee. Max Spears, I mean, not Max Spears. Dr. Delbert Blair was one of the biggest whistleblowers out there as far as ETs. Was he ever invited to any of the UFO conferences? Delbert Blair, Dr. Delbert Blair was online from the 60s talking about his UFO conferences about having interdimensional and extraterrestrial contact. And he had books and he had everything. How come he was never invited to a UFO conference? I'm the only woman who's claiming, okay, who's admitted to have contact with extraterrestrial. The only woman of color on YouTube who's brave enough to say she's been in contact with other beings from another galaxy. I'm the only one who's on here and I have a decent platform. How come I haven't ever got an invitation to be to the UFO conferences? You have people who have not even 10,000 subscribers getting invited to UFO conferences and don't even have the level of time on YouTube verifying that they've had contacts with sigils on my arms, pictures of the extraterrestrial that have been with physical contact. How come I have never, ever, I'm telling you, family, I haven't ever, not once, been invited to a UFO conference. Ever. Myself and Dr. Delbert Blair haven't ever been invited. I haven't got a phone call saying they've wanted me, but I had plenty of y'all go to UFO conferences saying, how come you don't have FleurBrun on? I have physical proof of symbols on me that show up on live. Pictures. How come I have never gotten an invitation? Because it's a lie, family. Billy Carlson came out of the blue talking about he's read 50 million books on interdimensional extraterrestrial. How come he has been placed into the UFO conference without any censure? Because the people controlling these systems are controlled, what do you call them? Agents. If you hear what they did I told Barry, I don't trust them. If you hear what they did, I can't talk about it. He has to talk about it first. But if you hear what they did to Barry Littleton in Australia when they invited him to talk, and you see how they treated him, then you see why these people are fake as anything. When you see what they did to Barry Littleton in Australia, these aren't contactees. These are people, these are controlled distributors of intel because they know that you're going to wake up. So they have to control the narrative. So they set up these fake systems of whistleblowing, these platforms that are meant to disseminate what you think are truth. Oh, these UFO conferences with people who are making up stories. And some of them are having contact, but the majority aren't. And they're making sure that people that are actually in contact with extraterrestrials are either being spoofed. They aren't ever involved. Anybody on here, even if they didn't validate me, know that Dr. Delbert Blair was a contactee. He had made plenty of books. He had been to several conferences that he paid for to go to. And they knew he was a contactee. He hadn't ever been asked to be on a conference, not once. Why? If they're all truth bearers. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these channels, a lot of these are dispersed in the communities, acting as if they're... All you have to do is follow the trail. Follow the trail. Where do these people come from? Are these real people? Follow their backgrounds. Why did they change their names? Why are they in your neck of the woods? If they haven't been in this sector for a long time, if this sect, why are they here? Go look. Corey Good is a contactee. You know, I had issues with him. Wilcock is an agent. That's my opinion. I lumped him together. I lumped Corey. Now, I don't know Corey personally. And I can't say I like him if I don't. But when he shared a particular thing that I know for a fact is what contactees experience, I knew. Contactees know other contactees. That's one thing I will say. You can validate another contactee based on being exposed to another contactee. You know it. You just know. It's because you've been exposed to technology. You've been exposed to certain things. And there's certain things I don't say on here, but another contactee will say it. And I know that they're telling the truth. That's how you know. You don't ever tell everything that happens online because they are copy and pasters. They watch your video. That's what they did to Sophia Stewart. They took her information and then they bootleg it and then they made it into the Matrix and acted like it wasn't a brown woman who actually created the Matrix, Terminator, and Decepticon. What is it? Whatever. Even when you guys talked about what's her name? Teal Swan. Now Teal Swan isn't a lie. I will say this. A lot of y'all had issues. I know why you don't like her. I don't really like her. But her information is on point. Something's inside of her or she's another entity. So Teal Swan isn't a lie. See, I'll tell you when people are truthful even if I don't like them. I don't like I'm not okay, let me say this. What's his name? I was just going to say his name. Brother Panic isn't my... Oh, let me state this. How come my phone is not charging? Oh, okay. Brother Panic isn't my cup of tea, but he speaks a lot of truth. Ashira Goddess isn't my cup of tea, but she speaks a lot of truth. Who else? Teal Swan isn't my cup of tea at all. I don't like the way... something about her, I wouldn't trust it, but she isn't telling a lie. She's telling the truth. So there's people that I won't like. When I say I don't like, I just don't. They don't vibrate with me. Just they aren't the type of being. You would never see me hang out with any of them. We wouldn't hang out. They probably don't like me either. We're just not each other's cup of tea. But they're still telling truth. I don't have to disrespect their information. I don't like Seven Burmar. I don't trust him. And he should be warned too, because he got people coming at him, coming for him and his family. So you got to be careful. That's just a, I don't want to go into... Ralph Smart is something. I told you I saw him shapeshift into a bird. I just didn't like that he bleached his skin. But he shapeshifted into... Remember I told you he shapeshifted into like a blue... He like yellow on his nose, some sort of bird being. He's something. He is something. I don't know what it is. So I wouldn't say he's a lie. He may be a hologram of some sort. But he's like a bird being. So being that, I don't know what he is. I can't tell you. I did see him shapeshift, so he's something. So I wouldn't say he's a lie. He may be holographing himself as something. Um, Teal Swan is somebody, everybody used to ask me about her all the time, but she isn't lying. She's telling the truth. A lot of her information is, I would say anything that I've heard, because I don't really listen to her, she's not, we aren't in the same neck of the woods. Oh, thank you, Aquarius. I'm one, but don't talk about anyone away. I can speak to you about it. Oh, thank you, Aquarius. I love your name, Aquarius 79. I appreciate it. That's what I'm saying. That maybe a blue avian. I don't know what he is. I I'm good at shapeshift. I'm good at seeing shapeshifters, and normally I can verify. I can't verify certain things. I don't know what he is. So I can't, I wouldn't say that. But I won't ever disrespect somebody's truth. Like when I listen to Brother Panic, because I did listen to him for a while, he just curses too much for me. It's toxic. But he isn't lying. Brother Panic has, people had a lot of issues with me not liking him. I don't have to like everybody. A lot of people don't like me. Listen, some of you don't like me. Some of you get mad at me. My girlfriends. It's the same with friendships. Listen, I don't know what kind of friendships anybody held, because there's a lot of fake friendships out here. My girlfriends check me and I check my girlfriends. That's kind of friendships we have. We keep it real. My girlfriends and my mate, we keep it real. I don't know what kind of friendships everybody else has, that everything's supposed to be cock-a-doodle, sunshine. It isn't like that all the time. There's people that sometimes you get pissed off when I talk about certain things, you get mad at me, and then you guys come back around, because I'm not being mean or facetious. I'm just speaking my truth. Sometimes I just say things that you may not like. And it's okay. You're not supposed to like everything I say. You're not supposed to agree with everything I say. That's why we're unique. That's why we're people. We're not biobots and we're not clones. I will say things that will piss you off. I tell you all the time. There's people, let's ask a couple people on here. They were mad at me for like a month. And then they came back and said, FleurBrun's not meaning to be harmful. She just spoke her truth. And nobody's meant to be like that. But there's people that I don't like. I'm a person. I don't like them. Their souls that doesn't resonate with me. But I won't take away for the fact that they're truthful. The stuff, Teal Swan, I listened, y'all asked me about her for years. And I really never rock with her. She's not even in my frequency. I don't look at her because she's not in my world. And when I looked at her video and I listened to it, I didn't like, there's like a dark entity in her. I don't know if she's a dark entity. I don't know anything about it. I don't like listening to her. But when she speaks, all of what she said is true. All of which, every time I've heard her speak, everything she says is true. And I don't like her. I'm keeping it real with you. I can say it here. I don't like her. Y'all bring up a Shara Star. She isn't my cup of tea. She probably doesn't like me either. Somebody talked about she disliked me as well. We're not each other's cup of tea, but her information is valid. That's why I said I know her from a witch. Her witchy information is on point. She is. She's on point with her witchiness. We wouldn't be, me and her wouldn't hang out ever. We're not the type of people. We're very different. And it's not to disrespect her. She's her own person. I don't have a problem with, I don't know her personally. I just know her stuff and I know her frequency. We're very different. She would not like me. I could tell you that for a fact. You could tell who you would rock with. She wouldn't like me at all. She probably thinks I'm crazy. That's the type of person that would judge me all day, because we're very different. But her information is on point. I haven't ever heard her say anything. I don't listen to her a lot, but when I listened to her before, she hasn't said anything that I've ever heard is a lie. She's very honest and she's very good at what she does. Her witchy information is on point. So you won't ever hear me say anything negative about her information. But she doesn't resonate with me. And Seven Bro Bar, I don't listen to. Let me state this first for anyone who goes over to this platform and say, FleurBrun doesn't like you. I don't know this man. I never liked him. I don't listen to him because he doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't mean he's a bad person. I just gave you a list of people that aren't bad. I don't resonate with them. I'm having deja vu, crazy. I don't resonate. I'm having deja vu. Oh my gosh. I've never had deja vu like this before. Oh, yeah, okay. I just had I don't know if anybody had it. I just had the strongest deja vu ever. I haven't had that in a while. Renetta, Renetta, Renetta's fine. She just rubbed me the wrong way when she did something. Sometimes many of you don't know, we talk to each other behind closed doors. So what happens is that y'all see us on YouTube. A lot of YouTube people rock with YouTube people. Big up to all the YouTube people. A lot of YouTube people rock with YouTube people. If you don't know, YouTube people contact each other because we come from just be based. I don't contact anyone. It's no need. But a lot of YouTube people will contact me. Let me say this. It's not that I think I'm better. I just don't. I'm in my own world. I'm in another dimension. I really am. I have children. I have young children, and I have a mate that I love, and I have a life. So I don't really contact, but many of the YouTubers will contact each other. They just do. So we talk to each other. So sometimes somebody could rub you the wrong way. Renetta was one of them. She rubbed me the wrong way. I don't have a problem with her. I just didn't like something she did. So I don't mess with people. If you do something that bothers me and it is something that I have an issue with, I won't rock with you. Especially if you're not my friend. You know, my friends, I have more tolerance for people that are my girlfriends or my family. I have more tolerance for it. But online, it's like, you know, if we're not meant to be in a, like, if we have to force a relationship, it's not right. Okay? I like certain people, though. Who did I like? I used to like, Amin Ra. Amin Ra was just sexy. Amin Ra, I never saw him as anything but just a nice looking man. I don't really know to resonate with him or not. I mean, he contacted me. I think we were Facebook. We might still be friends. I think we're Facebook friends. He's just a nice looking guy. I felt he was, I love when he didn't wear a shirt. I keep it real with y'all. I love when he didn't wear a shirt. He's my cup of tea. He's my type, you know. So I like the way he looked. I never went too deep into him because he was, you know, he was kind of nature boyish. So I kind of stayed out of that. I stayed out of that lane a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I just stayed out of that lane with him because he was too nature boyish for me, even though he's not like nature boy, but he just had that feeling on him. Like he was a polygamist, you know, he just reminded me of the polygamist, overdoers, like people who are polygamists and were utilizing it to hoard yonis. He just reminded me of that. So he just reminded me. So that's it. I don't really have anything negative to mother. You already know I rock with mother wisdom. I love me some mother wisdom. You already know. She's one of the baddest I said baddest witches. I was going to say other word. Baddest witches. I rock with Mother Wisdom. I'll go on her channel. I can listen to her all day. Mother Wisdom. Many of you know she was getting phone calls from me years ago. People were asking about me to her. It was amazing. I really like her. I really appreciate her. I don't want to say like, I really appreciate Mother Wisdom. And I learned from her. She has a lot of wisdom. She's more seasoned than I am. I've learned a lot from Mother Wisdom. I really did. And she's very humble. And people mess for her for no reason. I had a dream that I was with her one time. She likes to garden. I admire her because she's a gardener like me, but she really does it. She's about that life. If you never go to her channel, you guys should go to her channel. Because I really appreciate her. Rose of Sharon, I like her. I really appreciate her. Kyra Love, Rose of Shannon. She's another YouTuber from back in the days that I used to listen to. She doesn't do as many videos. Oh, Yola asked me, I don't mess with her anymore. I don't like what happened. Y'all know the story. I don't want to go into it because she's got a lot of people on her platform here. I don't like what she did. I don't like how she rolls. I don't like what she did to me. That was very nasty. You don't have someone who texts you and you screenshot their text to you personally. Because if I did that to her, that would be disrespectful. Once she did that to me, I won't ever rock with her again. That's not nice. That's not a nice person. You don't do that. You don't screenshot someone's personal conversation, especially when you've had several different personal conversations. If I went and detailed things that me and her talked about, some of you wouldn't like her. Okay, so that wasn't very nice to do, and I don't like her because of that. That's more personal. Many of you know me on the backlay. I don't like that she did that. It didn't matter if I was having issues with another C-star. Her taking a picture of a personal conversation that we had, she could do it, but it lets me know what type of person does that. And once you do something like that, I won't mess with you, because it shows that you don't have loyalty and you don't have integrity, because I would not do that. There's things that I know about our conversations that I wouldn't ever say on public media. It's very disrespectful, and this is when, some of the sea stars don't have loyalty like that. So when you ask me about her all the time, I won't mention her on this platform again. We're not enemies. I don't have anything negative to say. It's more personal. I don't like anybody who does things like that. And then when you sea stars were warning me, and then I went and checked the background, you were absolutely correct. Y'all warned me. There were people on here saying things about this young lady, and I didn't go into it because it's not really my business. But when y'all stated something about her and I did not listen, as soon as she did that, people sent me things about her, and then I knew why she would take a screenshot and show it to everybody to try to humiliate me. So once you do something like that, I'm done. That isn't sisterhood. I wouldn't even do that to certain enemies. When I see women do things like that, I know that's a sign that they're violators of other women. That's a sign. We're not going to talk about it. Don't talk about, I don't want to talk about anybody negative. If you rock with somebody, by all means, listen to their message. My feelings, you mustn't have, certain things are personal with me. That's why I tell you on here. I always tell you personal things. But certain things personally have nothing to do with y'all. You may have a totally different relationship with someone. You may have a totally, and that's why I say don't ever follow my thing. I have personal, that's what I'm saying. I'm a person. I'm a real person. Sometimes I don't like people. I just don't like them because of something they've done personally to me, or I don't like what they represent. That's it. But you can like anybody. You can like anybody. I don't want you getting involved in how I feel, because that's my personal thing. If someone hasn't done anything personal to you, you shouldn't feel the same way. And you shouldn't dislike them. But I would say listen to warnings. If you get warnings about someone, you should probably see where that's coming from and validate it for yourselves. Okay? Yeah, there are people, and that's like I said, there are people I've talked about. Who else? Uh, I've talked to Phil Valentine. Phil Valentine. I've followed Phil for many years. Phil Valentine is he's an OG. He's an OG. And oh, thank you, my love. Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate you got that 555 in here. Um, You're strong with that. Well, sometimes I get in trouble for being too authentic, for speaking my mind too truthfully. A lot of times I could keep it real. A lot of times I get, people are afraid of me because I'm very truthful. You know what I mean? A lot of people are afraid of me. They're either afraid of me or they dislike me for being too over, to being too honest. Because it's not, to me, there isn't anybody. Listen, this is my thing. And it could be my age too, family. So you got to take in consideration. Some people think I'm younger than what I am. I'm seasoned. I'm not a young girl anymore. I've lost my ability to change, to be fake, to be fake with you. That's all. It is a Sagittarius trait too. I'm a triple Sag too. I lost my ability. I used to, believe me, I would try to keep a certain face on or keep certain things to myself when I was a little younger. I don't really feel the need anymore. I had my babies. I've been married before. I've done all that. I don't really feel the need anymore. If you like me, you like me. You don't. I'm not pandering for friendship. I'm not pandering for likes. I do pander for likes because it does keep my videos up here. But I don't pander for subscribers. I will never tell you to share my videos. Because I know if you bring somebody here who it doesn't resonate, they're gonna think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm just a little, I'm over that, family. I am. And it's not, I'm not better than anyone, and I'm certainly not worse. But that's who I am. But a lot of times you see, I just don't like certain people, and that's okay. But you can like somebody. Remember, I've had girlfriends who like somebody who I wasn't a cup of tea, and that's okay. That's all. But when you're on YouTube, go with what you feel. Your first mind is your right mind. I learned that from Dr. Deborah Blair. And I had to validate, like Dr. Deborah Blair, for some people, they used to be like, Dr. Deborah Blair is really, some people would meet Dr. Deborah Blair and think he was really over honest, or he was, they would call him rude sometimes. When I met Dr. Deborah Blair, I resonated with him. That's why I like to meet people in person. I met him in person, and I literally met someone who I resonated with, and I realized how important he was to me, and I respected how he was as an elder. You know what I mean? I wasn't going to disrespect them, and I wasn't in a position to disrespect them. You know what I mean? So everybody has their own way they resonate with anyone. Like I said, Phil Valentine, I listened to him for years. I don't really have a yay or nay with Phil Valentine's. I don't listen to him as much anymore. We're in different worlds. Many of you also know whatchamacallit. Oh, you ate dinner? Who said they ate dinner? Oh, you ate Leviticus ate dinner at Dr. Delbert Blair's home. Oh, that's beautiful. He was very personable. Dr. Delbert Blair, why me and him get lumped together sometimes? Because we have a similar personality. Dr. Delbert Blair didn't care who you were. He would eat with you. He would break bread with you. He was a real person. He was really a real person, which was great. But like with red pill and blue pill, I love their information. I actually love their mama pill. Mama pill, many of you, that's more from the brown community. That's more from the metaphysical community in New York. I really appreciate Mama Pill. She gave birth to 2 sons that call themselves Red and Blue Pill. I have a problem with some of those young men's behavioral patterns because I'm from New York, so I hear certain things. Sometimes when you see FleurBrun has an issue with somebody, it's because I know what they've done in something else. It's personal. A lot of it's personal sometimes. I hear certain things or I know certain things. It makes me not like them. But when the pills talk, especially red pill, I resonate with a lot of what he talks about. I do. I just don't really rock with him as a person because of some things he's done. That's a personal thing, but his information is on point. I can't lie to you. So when I get in those arenas, I only go into a couple of New York arenas. When I get to New York arenas, they know I don't hold my tongue, and New Yorkers respect it. I won't ever fake the funk for you. You know, I won't get in someone's face after I say I don't like them and get in their face and be all friendly. They will feel the shade because I don't like, if you've hurt women, if you've done dastardly things to women that I know, I won't like you. I'm really sisterhood friendly. I don't rock with women that hurt people's families or husbands. That isn't something. So you won't have to worry about meeting me and thinking that the women that I'm around go around sleeping with people's husbands, breaking up families. That isn't how I roll. So how I represent myself, that's how the people around me are represented. So if somebody does things like that, it wouldn't be somebody that I would rock with. That's just what it is. So sometimes when I have beef with somebody, it's basically something they've done that doesn't resonate with me because I'm all about the mothers and families, and I'm about that system of family unity consciousness. That's all. So if you like somebody, by all means, don't listen to who I dislike and like, because mine is more personable. I'm a New Yorker. Yes, I'm a New Yorker, and I'm a Sagittarius. You already know how we get down. I will always keep it real. Even with my personal business, I got to be careful with my personal business because my mate be like, FleurBrun, you saying too much. If I'm going to be on here, I'm going to just be me. And when you meet me, anybody who's met me, that's why I'm okay to do greet meets. You meet me, I'm the same person you meet. People are like, wow, you're the same person. I'm going to be the same person because I'm not trying to shapeshift myself. Okay? Aw, thank you, my love. Oh, Neen W, thank you. Aw, fellow goddess, thank you. Well, family, I got to go because my phone is going to die. Please put a like on the video. I will pander for likes. The likes keep my videos up and they don't mess with it as much. At least that's my personal belief. So I got to go, family. I'm going to go have my smoothie. I did my infinity walk this morning. I still have to do more. Big up to everyone on the fast 5 days. We talked about everything. I know y'all got me to talk. You like when I talk. You guys like when I talk because I disclose everything. My mate is like, he loves when I talk. No shade to anyone. Like who you like. Don't follow my lead. Follow your own lead. Okay? Because we on this journey on our own. Who resonates with you, let them resonate with you. I like who resonates with me. And we come together we come together to break bread at the end of the day. It's all about unity consciousness. All right, so family, I love you. Have a masterful day. Enjoy your Friday. I love Fridays. Watch your movies. Venus Day is make love to your partners. Tomorrow's massage day for anyone on the Aquateria fast. Remember, you get a massage tomorrow. You either get a foot massage, a facial, a short 15-minute massage. Remember, tomorrow's your massage day. Oh no, I'm a Sagittarius. Only for the Sagittarius. I forgot to find out what day for everybody else. Find out what day is a good day for your massage. But if you don't know, what better to have a day than Saturn Day, the day of fights and all kinds of ruckus? Why don't you get a massage on that day? All right. So have an amazing weekend, and we will maybe get back together over maybe Sunday. All right. I love you, family. Aw, thank you, my love. I've watched mostly everybody you mentioned over the years, and I have definitely seen the change in them. Thank you for staying true and authentic. Oh, thank you, Royal Highness. I love your name. Royal Highness. I appreciate it. Thank you. 999. It's the end of the cycle. You ended it beautifully. All right, family. I love you and have an amazing day. Peace.